Fell Forward as a brand, the clothes are insane. Like, they're very, very nice clothes. Like, what I've been wearing today, I could wear all my life. I could wear to training, I could wear to like, I'm going out, going for a meal.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to United View. Hope everyone is doing very well. Welcome back to Match View Live. Yes, it is Manchester United versus Southampton in the Premier League at Old Trafford. Kickoff is in just under an hour's time. How are we all doing? Yes, I have returneth. The rumours of my demise have been greatly exaggerated indeed. Greatly exaggerated. I must say, big up to everyone for all of the well wishes and the comments and stuff like that. Obviously, been under the weather, the last 4 or 5 days or so. So, unfortunately, had to take some time off because I've not been very well. Still not 100%, hence why we're starting later today. There's going to be no full-time view as well after the game. But hopefully from sort of tomorrow onwards into the weekend, hopefully we'll be back to normal. We'll be back up and running. There's a lot of it going around, yeah? There's a lot of it going around. A lot of illness. A lot of people struck down with flu, bugs, you name it. So, yeah, make sure you're all protecting yourself. I'm not sure how you do that, but still, you know what I mean. So big up to everyone. Team news is already in, which we'll get to in just a second. But before we get to any of that, first of all, if you haven't already, click the like button. Already there's like 400 people through the door. So if you haven't already, click the like button. Let's get to 100 likes. If you haven't already too, be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Tonight, what we're doing, folks, is we're dispelling some myths, is what we're doing tonight, right? Because I've heard the rumours and I've heard, obviously, the rumblings. Oh, Owen, you can't win a match on a solo match view. Your record's rubbish on a solo match view. And I will say, yeah, you're right. But we've got to do what we've got to do tonight because, again, it's a solo match view this evening. KG's out the country. I'm on it solo. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? I miss a match at the weekend and we win at the Emirates on penalties. Flex has been doing this for I don't know how long, and when I'm not around, we win at the Emirates. So this evening, folks, we're proving some judges wrong, okay? We're proving some judges wrong. KG's out the country. I'm on the solo match view. We're playing bottom of the league. Bottom of the league. We haven't won in the Prem in like over a month, So tonight is the night, yeah? I mean, it's like Dexter settings. Tonight's the night. I'm not saying it's sinister as him. He kills people. But, you get my point. Tonight is the night. Judge is going to be over. That's what's going to happen. Hopefully so. It's the last round of a bunch of Premier League fixtures. But I'll get to all of that. First of all, I'm rusty at this point of doing all of this. As you can see on the side of the screen, at least you could. Now you can again. This stream is brought to you by Fell Forward. As always, I'm repping my Fell Forward hoodie, which is, it's just too big for me now, honestly. You can scan the QR code, link in the video description, or you can scan the QR code there or there, and you can go to the Fell Forward website. You can get 20% off your next purchase if you just use the code UnitedViewFF. That's right, UnitedViewFF for Fell Forward. We're in January right now. I know people are waiting on their January paycheck, aren't they? You know what I mean? It's a longer one. And treat yourself. Some people are treating themselves. They're going, I'm doing dry January. I'm not even getting involved in that. Well, treat yourself. New year, new you, new gear. Yeah, that's what it's got to be. Fell Forward gear. You can go over to the website. Use the code UnitedViewFF. You can get 20% off your next purchase. And hopefully, I mean, I myself haven't been able to give out many of these recently, but hopefully we can give away a new shirt as well this evening. Either a home kit, an away kit, or a third kit. But Manchester United have got to win. If Manchester United win, courtesy of Oxford Natural by Gowan Life, we can give away a shirt. All you got to do is say the man of the match. It'll be in the chat. It's later on. We've got to get to the end of the game first. There's a long way to go. Yeah, there's a long way to go. Kickoff's in 55 minutes time. We'll get to there first. But after that's all now done, let's talk about the team, because the team news is out. Some surprising inclusions, or lack thereof, from Ruben Amorim with this selection this evening. You can see it's right there. That is the Manchester United starting 11. You've got Andre Onana in goal, which, to be honest, I mean, usually we say, Andre Onana in goal, and we don't really, we kind of skip over it quite quickly, don't we? But I mean, guys, haven't really had an opportunity to talk to you guys since obviously the game on Sunday. Altai, Bayern Deer, bloody hell, didn't see that one coming. Did you? No evidence to suggest that Bayern Deer had that in him. Legitimately, I mean, I mocked the movement in the past. Free Bayern Deer. # get it trending. Oh, maybe now it's real. Free Bayern Deer. Bloody hell. Maybe the world has gone crazy. But I don't think anyone legitimately thought he was going to start this evening. But I tell you what, pressure's on Andre Onana, isn't it? Because let's face it, if he drops a clanger, which he might, it's Andre Onana after all, folks. Anything's possible with him. There might be a legitimate of like, hey, maybe you get Altai in. It's just crazy what happened there. So yes, it's Andre Onana in goal. A back three of Lenny Oro, Matthijs de Ligt, and Licha Martinez. I think obviously Maguire's dropped down to the bench, which isn't too much of a shock, considering that, of course, played 120 minutes at the weekend. Well, most of it, I think. And he was ill before the game. I think, for 2 days, and the suggestion was he really wanted to play, kind of fought through the barrier to play. So it's not too much of a surprise that he hasn't started this evening at Old Trafford. Wing-backs, well, we knew there was going to be a change at wing-backs because, of course, Diogo Dalot, good pronunciation, he's suspended after picking up the red card against Arsenal in the FA Cup. Of course, it's a domestic competition, so it carries over. I think there was maybe some thought, wasn't there? Is it going to be Malacia? Is Malacia going to come in at left wing back, Mazraoui at right wing back? Well, it looks like that Amad Diallo is moving back to right wing back, which I think will probably come as a pleasant surprise to some. Certainly it does to me, because we spoke about this in the preview, Flex and myself, that it's a different kind of game this evening, isn't it? It's a different kind of game this evening. Obviously, the last couple of games, we've played Arsenal, played Liverpool, away from home. And because of the way we're set up, the 3-4-3, you get pinned back into a back five. You kind of, favourably set up to play away from home, aren't you, really? You can settle into a back five. You can get people behind the ball. You're a bit more protected like that. And your wing backs are going to be much further back than maybe if you're expected to be dominating the game, if you will. Tonight's going to be different from that. Of course, the expectation is United will have a lot of the ball, probably 70+% possession. And I don't know, Southampton, you would think maybe lowish block, perhaps. And Man United are going to have to try, make things happen, carve the team open and take their chances. So you would hope having that more attacking-minded wing-back in Amad offers that extra attacking threat. So it does, I think, make sense from that perspective. Midfield, Ugarte and Kobbie Mainoo, not too much of a surprise there. Manuel Ugarte, remember the conversation? One of he will be the worst signing in Manchester United history. Worst signing in Manchester United history. Manuel Ugarte. I don't think so. And he is a machine. He is a warrior. So he starts with Kobbie, and that feels like that's the partnership in the middle of midfield at the moment, doesn't it? Ugarte and Kobbie. In the 10s, Bruno Fernandes, not too much of a surprise. Garnacho, look, when he came on against Arsenal at the weekend, he was better than he has been. He's been showing better performances. Not that the bar is very high for him, but he's been showing better performances. And with Amorim going with a more attacking right wing back and Amad, I suppose it's not too much of a shock that Garnacho would come in that space. Maybe the biggest surprise out of the entirety of the starting 11 is probably the number 9 position, because once more, we've seen this happen a lot, haven't we, this season between the two of them. Joshua Zirkzee comes on against Arsenal and has one of his best performances, maybe his best performance, in a Manchester United shirt. And the expectation, I think, from a lot of people was, right, now's the time to start him, get some momentum going. He looked like he was feeling it. He had good touches, good interplay. especially in a game like today, where again the opposition team might be behind the ball, and you want to be playing maybe tight 1-2s, something like that. Maybe Xerxes would start. What I will say when it comes to Xerxes or Højlund is my energy hasn't changed regarding either of them really, which is it's just like that between them. Basically one starts and doesn't do well. The other comes on and does better than the person that started. And then we're like, right, that person should start. Then that person starts and we go, actually, they're not that good. The other person should come on. So that neither still for me is the one. Neither one is the person to lead the line for Manchester United. I still say, again, that's a priority position for us. Neither Højlund, neither Xerxes is that person, and I think it's just going to be that sort of one for the other. Someone comes on, does well, they should start next. So I do think Xerxes is unfortunate not to start the game. I do, but. Maybe he's been safe for the weekend too. Maybe he's been safe for that. I mean, we do have to remember, we are playing Sunday. We do have the game against Brighton at Old Trafford. Arguably the harder game. You don't want to look too far ahead, do you, when it comes to that? Because this is also the thing about Manchester United, isn't it? The thing with United at the moment, and you don't want to listen to the ops too much, but they do have a point when it comes to this, which is you don't want to get too carried away with yourself, because we still haven't won a game in normal time for ages. So I think it's a weird kind of perspective of where we're at the moment, isn't it? I think as fans, because after the loss against Newcastle, I think the expectation was from all of us, myself included, of we're going to lose every game until this Southampton game, and that's a relegation 6-pointer. Because of the way that those fixtures have gone since then, got the point at Anfield, maybe should have won that game, won on penalties against Arsenal, really disciplined performance, really sort of collective together performance in that one. There is this kind of optimism, but it will be for nothing, of course, if we don't win tonight, because once again, these are the games that Manchester United should win, are expected to win. We didn't expect Man United to get anything out of the last couple of games. We didn't expect them to go to Anfield, get a point, should have won. We didn't expect them to go to the Emirates, knock Arsenal out of the FA Cup. We did not expect that. Now, expectations back on, because we expect Manchester United to win. We expect Manchester United to win this evening. They should win this evening. This is bottom of the league. And they absolutely deserve the praise for the last couple of games. But as Ruben Amorim said after the Liverpool game, the standard has been set. And you could argue, Owen, you're being negative already. It's a negative outlook. But I don't think it is to be saying that you should be beating the bottom of the league. You should be beating the worst team in the league, which is Southampton. This should be a win tonight. Anything else is an F-up from United. Let's be honest. Anything else is an F-up. And as much as we're talking about Højlund or Xerxes or Garnacho's in, that team on the screen right there should be good enough to beat Southampton. They are the worst team in the league. It is a must-win game. We've got momentum. We've put in some good performances. We've shown that level of for Ruben Amorim, he wants the team to suffer, and you've got to suffer. Get through the tough moments, get through the big games, and get out of it with something, which we have, a point at Anfield, through to the next round of the FA Cup. But these are also the bread and butter games. These are also the games that we need to win. Okay, we absolutely have to win. And it's funny how, life throws you opportunities like this. Not that I think we want to be looking too much ahead of ourselves, because we're certainly not in the position to do that from our performances this season. But what you have seen is this Premier League season is a weird one. And it is a case of, everyone feels like they can kind of beat each other, can't they? And teams are still dropping points. Not that we're looking for top 4, I think, or anything like that, but just a case of we can actually move up the table fairly quickly. Just need to pick up some wins in these kind of games. Suddenly, that old doom and gloom from a few games ago turns into, actually, you could win tonight, and, well, Brighton, that's not an easy one, but you're at home, and, Suddenly, okay. So it's got to start now. I mean, it's already started the last couple of games, I feel like, but these are the kind of games Manchester United have to be winning. It's all for nothing. The last 2 performances, if you lose the bottom of the league at home, that doom and gloom and that pressure will be right back on. No doubt about it. We're already close to 1,000 people watching, already close to 300 likes. If you haven't already, click the like button and also be sure to subscribe as well. Bottom right-hand corner, you know what to do. We've got a members chat here from Riri, also known as Ray Ray, if you listen to Amanor. It's a full-time view joke, if you get the reference. It says, welcome back, Owen. Good to see you. And we're about to break the jinx. I hope so, Riri. I hope so. Big up the UV community. United. Yes, big up to Riri. Appreciate 31 months of support. One of the OG members, one of the original members, a mod as well. So big up to her. Always supporting, always involved, especially on a match day. So yes, big up to Riri indeed. As far as other bits of information, news, stories, things that are coming out today. There's a lot of transfer kind of bullshit going on, isn't there? There's a lot of transfer nonsense. Obviously, I have seen the Rashford thing in the last, half an hour. I'm going to be totally honest and transparent with you guys. I don't really know a lot about it. Rashford released a statement on social media, on I think his Instagram story, I think. I was setting all of this up, so I didn't properly see it. As far as I'm aware, it's about him. There's a picture of him, I think with a rapper from several years ago, and he's kind of disputing that because tabloids have kind of called him up and asked him to comment on it or something like that. I don't know too much about that. What I do know about Rashford is, of course, he's not in the squad once again. Illness. He's on his way out. He's on his way out of Man United, isn't he? Really. There's been this sort of weird internal clock, I think, about Rashford of this. There's going to make a decision today. There's going to be a decision. Today's the day that there's going to be a decision with Marcus Rashford. And today's the day he's going to decide where he wants to go. And we are still none the wiser. We're halfway through the month now, where I think Florian Plettenberg said it today that Dortmund want Rashford. It feels like, doesn't it, the likely destination, the likely landing spot for him would be AC Milan, but that's not really confirmed at this point. So I don't know, but I think once more, he looks like he's on his way out. He's not involved in the squad. He feels miles away from the Manchester United squad at the moment, doesn't he? So I think we're just waiting for that one to basically get done. So yeah, we'll wait and see. And of course, if we get any more information on that, we'll let you know on the transfer view shows. Some interesting stuff today about Alejandro Garnacho. Of course, he starts for Manchester United this evening. There is this, this rumbling, this continuation of a move to Napoli, but it's very, very odd, this Napoli Garnacho stuff. Now, of course, Kvaratskhelia, that's going through, it's happening. I think he just posted actually on his social media a goodbye message to the Napoli fans. So Napoli obviously do have the money to spend this January, and they'd be looking to replace him, and seemingly they are looking at Garnacho. The reason why I kind of do roll my eyes a little bit at the Garnacho to Napoli story is whenever they go effectively it's like, Napoli want Garnacho. And you go, okay, how close is it? And they go, there's a difference in valuation between Napoli and United of 30 million euros. And you go, well, that's a lot of money. That's quite a lot of money for there to be a difference in valuation. And that seems like a bit of a big gap for one to overcome, doesn't it? So I just don't see it happening. I mean, I obviously can't rule it out. I think the suggestion is that Manchester United wants something like 70 million euros. So around 60 million pounds for Garnacho, which I think is a fair price, to be fair. And I think if someone put we'll give you 60 million pounds for Alejandro Garnacho today, I think Manchester United, given the position they're in from a PSR point of view, pure profit, it'd be very difficult to turn that down. And I think it would absolutely be a conversation point. But if Napoli are going, we'll give you 30 million pounds, then Man United are going to go, well, no. I mean, obviously not. As we are really far apart in that regard. So I just don't see, honestly, that that gap being sort of overcome for either. If it was 60, and Man United could reinvest that, and they could put that into buying up someone this month, whether it be a striker, whether that be a couple of wing backs, something along those lines, then I think they'd look at it. I mean, I do think that United are looking at a couple of players. Obviously, Rashford being one of them. Obviously, I think maybe Garnacho being involved in that, in that sphere. I think they are looking for a couple of big sales to kind of spearhead another summer of spending and maybe one or two signings in the winter window. But it also does have to be the right price. It does. I mean, again, this is when it goes back to the story of last week, wasn't it? And it was such a big thing, and it got so overblown, in my opinion, which was this idea. Everyone's got a price. It's not just a catchphrase the $1 Million Man used to say in WWE in the 1980s. Everyone does have a price. Every football player, even the best players in the world, which again, we don't have, but the best players in the world, they all have a price. Of course they do. And if someone's willing to pay that amount, and we think it's a good deal and it's value for money, and also we can reinvest that into not necessarily better players, but a better squad of players, then of course they would have to consider that. But it's got to be right. Again, it's not a case of Man United going around, I think, going, Garnacho, anyone take him, someone take him. I don't think it's that at all. It might be a bit like that with Rashford at the moment, to be honest. Is there anyone interested? Could anyone take him off our hands, kind of thing? Is anyone, looking at that? But everyone's got a price. Of course they do. That's football. That's the rules of football, and that's why, with those like release clauses, they've got bigger and bigger. I mean, I remember when, obviously, someone like Neymar, when Neymar went to PSG, his release clause was, what was it, around 200 million. And at the time of him signing his contract, nobody's going to pay 200 million pounds or whatever it was for a player. That's bullshit. Never will happen. So let's not even think about it. Well, someone did. They were, oh shit, we didn't think that was going to happen. And then suddenly the release clause got even bigger and bigger and bigger. So yeah, of course, everyone's got a price. Of course. I just seeing at the moment, by the way, I don't know how accurate or true this is. Is it true that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is on his way to Besiktas? Haven't we heard that story before? I feel like, isn't this a more fool me kind of situation? Is that real? Ole's on his way to Besiktas? Again, I feel like I've heard that story before. Wasn't it someone, I think like Rob Dawson had said that before, maybe, and then it was like an hour later, he wasn't. It was someone, the Besiktas like announced their new manager later on. But if that is the case, then maybe you get, obviously you get Fenerbahce managed by Jose, Besiktas managed by Ole. Oh, wow. Turkish watch-alongs. Unbelievable. But yeah, I don't know if that's actually been confirmed or anything. We shall wait and see if indeed it has. We've already got over 1,200 people watching, which is fantastic. We're rapidly getting up to 500 likes, which is excellent. So if you haven't already, click the like button, and also be sure to subscribe. A reminder, Flex is at the game this evening. He's at Old Trafford, so you're going to get fan views and you're going to get player ratings from everyone outside Old Trafford, hopefully for a win. I mean, to be honest, guys, let's be totally transparent here. If on these like solo match views, because I know the record's not great, and it's not the record, particularly in recent games. Which solo match views did I do? I did Spurs Carabao Cup, we lost. I did Bournemouth, we lost. I did Liverpool first game of the season, first time at Old Trafford, we lost. I did. What did I do? I've done a few. I think we've lost every single time. If we can't win tonight against bottom of the league on the solo match view with KG out the country, then I don't know what we could do. Then then I might have to like resign or something like that. Then that's what we'll probably have to do. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is at Old Trafford this evening alongside Sir Dave Brailsford. They go the Emperor and Vader right together. He's at Old Trafford. So is Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford is still there, but of course he's not in the squad. It's very similar to the Jadon Sancho stuff earlier on this season, really, isn't it? Which is, at the games. I don't know if he's travelling to away games like Sancho did, but he is there this evening, as is the case, to be honest, with most of the United players. Even if they're not in the squad, they're usually at the game. So yeah, we wait and see if we get any information, any stories or anything like that. Courtstar says shut the channel down if we lose. Well, I just get it. Then I'll have to maybe I'll have to put something in my contract or something like that, which is no solo match views if we lose this one this year. This has to be this. If there was ever a night where the judge KG can effectively leave the country, I could do the solo. It would have to be this evening, wouldn't it? If it's not, then oh shit, we are in so much trouble. If that is, and also to the point, I'd be like, well, I'm not here. We're knocking Arsenal out the FA Cup, and I come back and we lose the bottom of the list. I don't. It's not even worth thinking about, is it? Not worth thinking about. So let's put it out of our minds. Indeed, if Man United do win this evening, of course, currently Manchester United are in 15th. It doesn't look great, does it? If you look at the table right now, our recent form still doesn't look great. We have to again remember exactly where we are and how we have been playing recently. Obviously, the last two games have been better, but not perfect, to say the least. We're 15th right now. We are winless in our last 4 games in the Premier League, 3 defeats and a draw. So tonight's got to be the night. If we win, we go up to 26 points. We can go up to 12. Fortunately, our goal difference is better than West Ham's. We are on -5 goal difference. West Ham are on -14. So if we win, we go up to 12. This is what I'm saying. We're still away from cracking that top half. We're still, it's going to take a little while, but we've got to start somewhere. Got to start picking up victories in these kind of games. Got to, and things as well. Actually, thinking about this, you can let me know in the chat how you're feeling about this, your predictions and all that stuff. What are you looking for this evening? Are you looking for a continuation performance, or is this one of those ones where it is just a case of against Arsenal and against Liverpool, it wasn't so much performance, result rather, because we weren't really expecting much. We got some results, but it was the performance that was the most important thing. Tonight it's the other way around, isn't it? Really, tonight it's just win, get a win. I mean, in an ideal world, both obviously, but just get the result. Get the result. But this should be a game that we should be dominating. This should be a game where it's like, it's not by the skin of the teeth or anything, right? Surely that's what it should be. You would hope. I mean, Southampton, they've won once this season. I mean, they've only picked up points in 4 games overall. That's all they've done. Yeah? 1 win, 3 draws. There is no excuse. no excuse this evening. It has to be nothing but 3 points. Surely. And you've played a lot of football at the weekend, obviously 120 minutes. Now is when the real, Ruben Amorim ideals, if you will, about keeping the ball, possession-based football. Now is when it really counts. Make the other team do the work, not you. Keep the ball, no silly passes. They'll be trying to run around, trying to press. Let them do all the work. That's what good teams do. And I know we're not necessarily a good team, but that's what we should be doing. My style advisor's been a member for how many months? 22 months. Says he missed you, Owen. Oh, thank you very much. I missed you all too. UV isn't the same without you. Tell that to Flex when he's discussing your bonus. Wow. Confidentiality, yeah. Owen's style advisor, my style advisor. But like I said earlier on, I appreciate everyone with the comments. I've not left or anything like that. It was just ill. It's that time of year, isn't it? I feel like everyone's got ill at this point. So Yes, but I'm back. I'm back. Nearly at 100%. Nearly, hopefully. Speaking of 100%, we're nearly 100% of the original goal, which was 500 likes. We're currently at 432. If you haven't already, click the like button. Let's see if we can get to 500 nice and early, and then anything's possible for the remainder of the stream. Anything's possible indeed. As always, let me know your score prediction and where you're watching from. Obviously, the UV community. It's global. It's an evening game. We are 30 minutes away from kickoff. So people will still be filing in. We'll leave the team up on the screen if you are just coming in. That is the Manchester United starting 11. As always, the 3-4-3. Amad Diallo in at right wing back for a suspended Diogo Dalot. Lenny Oro in for Harry Maguire. Of course, he was ill prior to the Arsenal game at the weekend. Fought through, so it's not too much of a surprise that he's dropped out. Onana in for Altay Bayindir. Alejandro Garnacho starts, and Rasmus Højlund also starts. The bench, Bayindir, Maguire, Malacia, Casemiro, Collier, Eriksen, Anthony, and Joshua Zirkzee, all on the bench. What are people saying, actually, when it comes to predictions? Benir says 4-1. Just Chase is saying 3-1 United, watching from Canada. Who else is... what else have we got here? Rock says, our KG Gleck at Old Trafford or at UV. Flex is at Old Trafford. KG, that comedian, is out of the country. Yes, out of the country, which is it's a risk. You know, that is a bit of a risk. We know the judge. I'm not gonna lie. That I am nervous about that. I'm not even nervous about the game. I'm not nervous about the game or the result. I guess partially about, but just my worry is just, honestly, if we lose tonight, then that judge, it's real. I just cannot see any other way. There's no pushing back to it, really, is there? You know, if it happens this evening, there is no pushing back to that. Surely not. Surely that's I couldn't. I hope. Well, again, don't entertain it. Don't let it get into the head. No new evidence. Pete says 3-1 United from Dublin, Ireland. Ridwan says, we ain't losing, but if we do, I have zero faith in the remaining part of the season. Again, it's got to be. And again, it's funny how games change, isn't it? How all the perception of games change. Because, again, after that Newcastle defeat and how bad it was, this was the next game. This was the next game when it was like, well, this is when our next win's going to come from. And technically, that's not wrong. Technically, that's not wrong. Because it might actually turn out being the next time we won a game, because it then gets into your definition of what is a win. You know, did we beat Arsenal? I say yes, we did. We did beat Arsenal because one of us went through, you know, and the other one got eliminated from the competition. We beat Arsenal. But you see some that will be like, no, it was 1-1 and penalties. That game's a draw. That game, blah, blah, blah. Well, okay, but I've seen plenty of teams sort of lift trophies and win tournaments on penalties. They say that at the end of it, don't they? That they won the tournament. They don't say they drew the tournament. We beat Arsenal. They got knocked out of the FA Cup. You know, that's again. Why don't suddenly the goalpost moving? But the last time we won in normal time, there you go, was against Manchester City, which feels like, how long ago does that feel? Like that feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it? So long ago. So need a win in the Premier League, and then suddenly you do feel a bit more optimistic, don't you? You go, we haven't lost in our last 3 games. We've played some big teams, got results we didn't necessarily expect. You know, and draw at Anfield, knocking Arsenal out of the cup, now beating the teams that we should be, because a few games ago, I mean, after that Newcastle game, and then obviously I know Newcastle, they're properly in form at the moment, aren't they? Alexander Isak hasn't stopped scoring goals. But after that game, and obviously the way we lost against Wolves on Boxing Day, it just felt like, and it's a horrible place to be in, isn't it? When you're like, I genuinely don't know who we're going to win, who we're going to beat, or when we're going to win again. Like, when you get into that territory, when you're like, we are one of the worst teams in the league, and I don't know what we're going to do, and I don't know who we're going to beat. It's mad, like really mad. So just a couple of positive performances, like against Liverpool, like against Arsenal. Now it's like, right, yes, well, we're not as bad as we maybe thought we were, right? We're not as terrible. We're still not great, by the way, and I don't think we should be shocked if we do get some negative results coming up for the remainder of the season. It's not like Manchester United are back, but at the same time, I don't think that. I still don't think the fans, or certainly the ones that I've seen or I've spoken to, I don't think are that gullible. Obviously, the way that Man United got the win at the weekend against Arsenal on penalties, going down to 10 men, 12 against 10 with the referee, is quite euphoric. And how can it not be? And you should celebrate that. But I don't think it's pulled the wool over anyone's eyes when it comes to the players or when it comes to the squad. I think there's a lot of people obviously celebrating that game, but I don't know about you. You can let me know in the chat. I noticed a quite actually noticeable difference in terms of the reaction from the Manchester United fan base of, great, thrilled we've gone through, thrilled we've knocked Arsenal out of the cup, Arsenal being peak Arsenal. I still don't trust them. These guys, we've been here before and we've got positive results. We've won trophies before with these guys, with this group of players, with a lot of these players. They still do not fool me. I have seen them reach, fairly good highs, and then next game or a couple of games later, crazy lows, okay? There's a reason Ruben Amorim don't celebrate after goals. Or there's a reason Ruben Amorim, full-time whistle goes, he looks pissed off. Or he says in interviews after the game, I'm actually really annoyed with that, because he sees the inconsistency. He has seen it every day with his tenure already at United. He knows what these players are capable of, positively and negatively, I think, really, hasn't he? He's seen it. He has seen that we can go to Anfield and should have won the game. We've seen us go to the Etihad, win the game. He has seen us go to the Emirates, knock Arsenal out of the FA Cup. And then he's also seen us go to one of the worst teams in the league, Wolves, and be shocking and lose. He's seen us get played off the park by Bournemouth, by Newcastle, take pity on us at home, on our own patch. He's seen it. So he's not going to get carried away. And I don't think the fans necessarily are too. So that's... And this is the test this evening, isn't it? These are the kinds of tests, aren't they? Where it's like, okay, cool. Really enjoyed those results. Really enjoyed the performances. I expect a win tonight, though. I expect a win tonight. I expect not to have to worry about this game. That's the other part of it. And again, that probably says a lot about this team this season too. The fact that you go into this game this evening. Let's be honest here, guys. This isn't being arrogant or anything like that. But I think we all know we're probably going to win this evening. Probably going to win. But the fact that we say probably, and we have to go, yeah, we're probably going to win, that itself stems from that uncertainty, doesn't it? That uncertainty of, it's Man United, though. You never know. You never know, because you just never know with this group. But we should, and I think we will. I think get an early goal as well, kill the game off. Oh wait, if you go 1-0 up, I think we'll win this one. I do think we'll win this game this evening, and I do think that some of the positive momentum that we've got over the last couple of games, I think will be enough. So. Yes. What are people saying in the chat? Cab says, Owen, we're winning tonight. Why are you so nervous? Because of the players, because of the team, really. Because I've got a memory. Because, again, I'm not going to be fooled by the sample size of 2 games versus the sample size of like 18 months with this group. So that's probably why, It's a bit like... sometimes you've got that parent that they're always late picking you up. I was a bit like that growing up. I was always one of the last kids to get picked up. Someone coming to pick you up? Yes, they're just late picking me up. And then if they, for 2 weeks, pick you up on time or they're early, are you really going to go, I think they've changed? I think they've changed. Then next week, when you're the last person left at school again, you go, oh, yeah, I should have known that. It's probably on me for getting my hopes up that they were going to pick me up on time. Yeah, so I was still saying sample size, and this is the perfect game. This is the perfect game for Manchester United this evening. Red One says, I can't believe City made 3 signings in January. Well, yeah, you know, that's what City do, isn't it? I mean, Man United, are we going to make any signings in January? Well, like I said before, my prediction going into this window was a couple of loans. I still think that'll probably be the case. If Rashford goes out on loan, which I think he will, then I think United will get someone probably in on loan, maybe. But I'm not going to spend. We're just not. We often don't. So maybe a couple of loans, and it'll probably come at the end of the window too. Particularly in the January window, when you get close to the end of it, it's a bit like the summer one. Then agents and players start to panic that they're not going to play for the rest of the season, or they're going to be frozen out. Or sometimes, as we've seen with the FA Cup, people go out of competitions too. So if people don't go out the FA Cup or they go out of the European competition that they're in, then suddenly they go, oh, actually, they're definitely not going to play as much. We don't need the players. They can go off. So there's still a lot to happen, I think, in this window. And we played a lot of football at the weekend, of course, 120 minutes of it. And we've got a game in 3 days' time, Sunday. Old Trafford, Brighton, 2 o'clock kickoff. So I think there'll be, the hope would be from Ruben Amorim is to get a couple of goals up early and then make some subs, take some people off, you know, and try and rest and recuperate for the weekend too. But he is starting to play, isn't he, a more settled side. You know, you're starting to certainly see more partnerships being formed, aren't you? Particularly again in midfield between Ugarte and Kobe, and you know, with the back three. I know obviously there's a change this evening, but when you play a back three, it's not always going to be totally settled, is it? There's always going to probably be one player coming in and out. At the moment, it's Maguire. Yoro's still that young player that we're trying to sort of integrate, aren't we, too? And I think the improvement of Harry Maguire's form has been pleasant to see. Once again, not that means he's got a long-term future at United, but you know, there are positives. There are positives at the moment. We're already, speaking of positives, over 500 likes now. We're on our way to 600, 700, and 750. Kickoff is in 17 minutes' time. If you haven't already, click the like button. And also be sure to subscribe as well, bottom right-hand corner. As we're actually, how many subscribers are we currently at the moment? I'm out of the loop. We are currently at... Oh, look at that. It moved perfectly. We're currently at 187,394. Close to 187,400. Just 6 to go to get to that nice round number. If you're like me and you like to see zeros instead of, you know, a jumbled mess of numbers. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. See if we can get it to 187,400. Maybe even 500 throughout the evening. Hey, anything's possible. You just got to, believe. That's what Flex said on the road trip at the weekend against Arsenal, wasn't it? It's got to believe. People mocked him. You know, people mocked him as well for the road trip today. He said, "Let's get to 12," which is kind of mad, isn't it? For a Manchester United team, let's get to 12 as a rallying cry is somewhat of a concern, isn't it? It's somewhat of a bloody hell. That is where we're at. To just get to 12, but hey, you've got to look reality in the face. That's where we're at. And that's who we are. And what you've got to do, put one foot in front of the other. You know, it doesn't happen overnight. And also you've got to take care of yourself, haven't you? I was talking to my dad about that earlier on. He was going, "Oh, what do you think's going to happen this evening? What do you think's going to happen tonight?" I went, I think United probably. I think we'll win. You know, I think United will get the job done. And he said, "Well, you know, look, you look at the results in midweek. Yeah, I saw Chelsea drop points. I saw obviously City drop points. Liverpool drop points. Again, he went, oh, you know, man." And I went, Dad. Yeah, we got to take care of ourselves. I don't know about you guys. I stopped doing the whole look at other people's results quite a while ago. Like, I sort of watch it as a neutral now and go, that's a good result. Well, that's an interesting result. I didn't really think about the ramifications of how it can affect Manchester United. I've kind of stopped that for a while until we get into, maybe once we get back into the top half, then I'll start looking at, I'll start looking at how other results affect us. Maybe I say not so much looking over the shoulder. We are 15th. That's when it comes back to, we have to win this evening. Like have to win. It would be an unmitigated disaster if we did. Not even like, I'm not even saying like loss. I'm just saying even if we drew this evening, that would be, again, disaster, absolute disaster. So, but we are going to win. That's what it's going to be. We are going to win. That's the important thing. As Llewellyn says there in the chat, 40 points. How many points are we actually on? That's a really good point, Llewellyn. How many points are we on? We're on 23. We can get 26. We got to get closer. We're close to that 40-point number, don't we? It's as things stand. Not completely away from relegation. But look at this Southampton team. This is the other part. They've got 6 points. Six. They're not even on double figures yet for this season in terms of points on the board. 6 points. They've won one game. Oh my God. Like, come on. Well, what are we doing here? Right? What's going on? This has to be when, and if we win, we leapfrog Palace, leapfrog Spurs, leapfrog West Ham into the heavy heights of 12th. And what I do want to see this evening too is, and sometimes this can happen in these kind of games where low block and you've got to wait to 70 minutes, 80 minutes to get the goal, and it's a bit frustrating. I don't want that this evening. What I want from Manchester United this evening is, I want, first half, we go in at half-time, maybe it's 1-0, maybe it's 2-0, something like that, and we go, right, game's pretty much over now. We'll see how it happens in the second. I just want a comfortable evening. I think collectively, don't we? We just want comfortable evening, get the job done. There's a fraction of positivity at the moment within the fan base based off the results, and that's what we need. But Manchester United have been anything but straightforward for a long time. So I think the last straightforward game, probably Everton at Old Trafford, and even that wasn't totally straightforward. We weren't great for 20 minutes, were we? And then we got the goals. We went at halftime 2-0, and it was relatively straightforward after that. That's probably what we're looking at. I mean, when we played Southampton earlier on this season under Eric Ten Hag, bloody hell! That first, 30 minutes against Southampton, we were shit. We were shocking against Southampton. That's when they got the penalty and Onana made the save. And then after that, we were much better and deservedly won the game 3-0. So, I mean, you never know. Never know, Manchester United. So just get the job done, win the game, heavy heights of 12. Look, their managers are off. I thought he was going to leave them for a second. It looked like the Southampton head coach was leaving. I thought he was going to walk out of Old Trafford. He's had enough. He's on his way out. He's not, though. He's not leaving. So, yes. Llewellyn says, who's your player to watch, Owen? That's a good question. It depends what the definition is of what you're looking to watch. If you're looking for, a player to actually impress and put in a better performance than they have recently, then you'd probably be looking at Rasmus Højlund. He's just on the screen at the moment for us here in the UK on TNT, which is where the game is. I'm looking at him because I think he's got to deliver, because I think Joshua Zirkzee, after the last game, is breathing down his neck. Now, I still think that, again, I think they're much of a muchness. I think when it comes to Højlund, though, it kind of has been forgotten, hasn't it, with him, that once more, again, his... I think people are starting to get a bit tired of the Højlund... the wrestling, isn't it? That's what people are getting tired of. They're getting tired of the wrestling. They're getting tired of the, being more focused on the centre back or the defender as opposed to the ball. And And the thing is with Højlund, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because when it comes to him, whilst I agree, maybe doesn't get the service that he should, and this, that, and the other. Also, you've also got to sometimes try and make things happen, which sometimes he doesn't. And when it comes to Xerxes, he came on at the weekend and he did make stuff happen. His link-up play was very good. It's not, but again, my opinion of it is much of a muchness with both of them. I still, Man United need a striker. It's not that, Man United need a striker, and I think both of them are misprofiled for the role that they're in, and that is that neither is the leading man for Manchester United. And I think when it came to Xerxes, I think he was misprofiled of what system was he going to fit in and the adaptation period that comes with that too. And then also then you do get into, we don't create enough chances. I think I saw something that I think we have one of the most shots from outside the box in the Premier League and one of the lowest inside the box in the Premier League, which again says a lot because we get sort of 2/3 up the pitch, just around outside of the box, and then we're not really sure what to do. So we'll just kind of take a shot most of the time. That's what it should be. So we'll be watching Højlund this evening. I'll probably be watching once again Bruno Fernandes' last 2 games. I mean, he's been brilliant, hasn't he? Let's be honest. As much as he's been criticised and called out, what we've seen for the last 2 games from him has been a captain's performance, leadership. He's been the Ruben Amorim avatar on the pitch. Talking to him, leading the team, scoring goals, creating chances. Been much more disciplined on the ball, which I don't think that I didn't think that he has that in him. Once again, it'll go back to sample size, not just in 2 games against big teams away from home. Be disciplined this evening when maybe the pressure isn't going to be as high, the pressure isn't on as much. Still be disciplined with the chances, and still be disciplined with the passes too. Don't be sloppy on the ball in the middle of the pitch and give it away in bad areas. But he's been excellent the last couple of games. So I'll be looking at him. Be looking at Ahmad once again in the right wing back role, because obviously in Ruben's first few games, I remember I can't remember what game it was with KG. And the kind of consensus was after the game, wasn't it, that Ahmed, he should be a right wing back. That's what he's a right wing back. He's not a 10. He's got to be a right wing back in this system. And then he was moved back into the 10, and we were playing with full-backs as wing backs, and we weren't creating as many chances. And there was kind of this pushback of, maybe Ahmed should go back into the right wing back to create more. So I think we'll be looking at him for that. Not that I'd be really looking at him in terms of I expect a performance. I'd be looking at Ugarte just because I really like watching him play at the moment. I just think, again, he's a just top quality. You need people like him, Manuel Ugarte, in your team, particularly in this United team. It kind of reminds me of that kind of Ander Herrera. I think he's a better Fred, because I think he's a bit better on the ball. But that kind of player wins the ball. It's not necessarily a pretty job. It's a midfield battle in the middle of the park, and you've got to give away fouls. Sometimes you're going to have to pick up yellow cards. You're going to be suspended at points because you pick up so many yellow cards. But if you're going to win anything and you're going to compete, you need to have fighters in there. You can't have pushovers. And you need people that are going to win the ball and then just play it simple. Give it to the better ball-playing players. And I think Ugarte's that. And again, I go back to the just nonsense earlier on in the season of when he'd only played, started 1 game, couple of substitute appearances, and he's the worst signing ever. He's going to be the worst signing ever for Manchester. People were saying that straight face as well. Worst signing ever. And it was like, bloody hell. I mean, come on. Now, if he's not in the squad, we're worrying about, again, who's going to win the ball? Who's going to win the ball in the middle of midfield? Because no one else is going to do it. Casemiro will chase shadows. Cobby's not that player. Toby Colley, I thought, did well at the weekend when he came on actually against Arsenal. But, that kind of proper ball-winning player. He's not the complete package either. It must be stressed too. He's not the complete package. And that's why I think, when he did come in, there was, I think, quite reasonable people were saying, just, by the way, you don't drop Ugarte into this midfield and this midfield's fixed, because it was a system issue. But he's so critical and so important to the team. Absolutely top player, Manuel Ugarte, and he's really important to Manchester United. No doubt about it. Tigany says, who said that? Or regarding Ugarte, I'm telling you, Tigany, yeah, Go back to, I even remember the streams. It was the morning of when we played Fenerbahce, and when we played Fenerbahce, those streams, honestly, I'm telling you, you go back to it, you will find, you'll find a lot. They were in the chat at the time. There was a lot of it. Worst signing ever. It was like, well, one thing, this is what we do quite a lot, don't we, as United fans, when like, we'll say mad shit, and I throw myself into this as well. We say mad shit, and then when it, like 6 months after, we go, I didn't say that. But no one was saying that at the time. There was a lot of nervousness about Manuel Ugarte, and I think also it probably didn't help that, that Ten Hag clearly didn't fancy him, did he? Ten Hag didn't fancy him. It didn't feel like maybe a Ten Hag signing, as Chris mentions there in the chat. He said he could take him like months to adjust. Everyone went, bloody hell, like what? It was. There was worries. There was worries, but worries alleviated. No more, nothing to worry about Man United. We're all very calm. We're all very calm, aren't we? Right? That's what we are. Totally calm. No problem at all. Right. We're nearly at kickoff. Kickoff is in 4 minutes' time. We did hit, as you see in the top right-hand corner there, 187,400 subscribers. So big up. Appreciate everyone that has subscribed already. Austin Baker with a super chat as well. Says, yo, O-Dog. Missed you, mate. Let's have a fun one. Well, I appreciate that, Austin Baker. Appreciate the contribution. Missed you all too. In my battle with illness. It makes it sound terrible. Battle with illness. In my ill spell. But we're back. We're ready. As the players walk out onto the pitch. And hopefully, I mean, can we get sort of spam the chat with fingers crossed, please, folks. Spam the chat with fingers crossed. Tonight's the night where the judge is over, okay? The soloing judge is over. The cagey judge of being out the country is over. Fingers crossed in the chat, or whatever thing you've got. Prayers in the chat, all that kind of stuff. It ends tonight. We're not having it. Not against bottom of the league. Not against bottom of the league, and not against a team with 6 points. Okay, not tonight. Not tonight. Please, not tonight. Like I said, they're all getting in there at the moment. That's what we like to see. Oh my goodness me. As this is the one place. This is the one. That's exactly what it is. This is the one. Okay. It's Manchester United versus Southampton in the Premier League. On TNT Sports in the UK. We can do this, folks, yeah? Just got to believe. Yeah? Where's Don Robbie where I need him? Where's Don Robbie? You just got to believe. It's gonna be fine, Owen. It's gonna be totally fine. I'm not worried at all. I am actually a little bit worried. I'm just thinking just can't. Of all the games. Can't be. It's fine. It's going to be fine. No problem. It's cool. Starting lineups again, just for Manchester United. If you are just joining us, very, very quickly, it is Andre Onana in goal for Bayern Dia. Hey, free Bayern Dia. Get it trending, folks. A back three of Lenny Yoro, Matthijs de Ligt, and Licha Martinez. We've got wing-backs of Amad Diallo and Nusay Mazraoui. Ugarte in the middle of the pitch with Kobbie Mainoo. Alejandro Garnacho is in the 10, along with the captain Bruno Fernandes. And Rasmus Højlund is through the middle. The bench is Bayern Dia, Kunkonki, Maguire, Malacia, Casemiro, Collier, Ericsson, Anthony, and Joshua Zirkzee. Right. Come on. Nothing silly, Manchester United. Not this evening. Not tonight. If you haven't already, click the like button. We're nearly at 700 likes. We're 13 likes away from 700. Let's see if we can get to 750. Starlord says, now the football gods will get you, Owen. Wait now. Please not. Just got to believe, folks, yeah? We need more believe. Less.
Hold on, wait a minute, Flex.
We need less of that, more of
believe.
Yeah, that's what we need. And what there isn't tonight, there's none of this.
Excuses?
No excuses. I don't even think it's been raining, so we can't say.
We mustn't forget that it's been raining, so
We can't say that. Can't say anything like that. So that's what it's got to be. And I don't want to be having,
I've had enough!
Don't want that. None of that. It's going to be fine. No problem at all. I'm fine. If I keep saying it enough, eventually I'll believe it. That's what it will be. Ivan Juric, new Southampton manager, he looks like someone, and I can't pinpoint who it is that I think that he looks like. There's something in my head, I just can't think who he looks like. Maybe someone will point it out in the chat who he does look like. Manchester United, they're going to have the kickoff. And we're off. At Old Trafford, it was Ugarte. And look at that. Quick kickoff. Everyone gets up the pitch. Andre Onana has already got the ball. He's nearly in the centre circle. Long ball. Cobby heads it down to Mazraoui. Ugarte. Luxhill says he looks like Louis Theroux. Is it Louis Theroux? People are saying. There's a couple of people saying Louis Theroux. Can says Robert De Niro. You know what, Cans? It might be Robert De Niro. I'm getting. There's someone he looks like, and I can't. Maybe he's just got one of those faces that looks like several people. But yeah, it does look a bit like someone, which is a very broad comment I'm aware of. De Ligt, Cobby, out to Bruno Fernandes. Ahmad, of course, right wing back this evening. It's going to travel. Cuts inside. Bruno was on the overlap. Bloody hell. Well, passing's going to take a minute to settle in, isn't it? That's what it's going to be. Rashid says the American Pie actor, Eugene Levy. I was thinking that too, Rashid. I was thinking Eugene Levy. That was exactly who I was thinking of. I think it is. Well, not actually Eugene Levy. That would be very surprising. If this later on in his life he just became Southampton head coach instead of acting. Lenny Yoro gives it back to De Ligt. Redwan says, Fabrizio mentioned Ole to Besiktas, Owen. Did he? Is it a real thing? There you go. Fabrizio, what do you call it? Says Besiktas are in advanced talks to appoint Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as new head coach. Negotiations at final stages on a 1.5 year contract for the former Manchester United manager. Wow. It's real. Ole's on his way to Turkey to manage Besiktas. Come to Besiktas, and he said yes. Yes, I will. As it's 2 minutes gone, I've got to get my stats. I'm going to get my stats up. I'm nothing without them. So we can see how much possession Manchester United have. Ugarte, well played. Gives it to Bruno Fernandes. He's got options. There's Højlund. Garnacho. Garnacho into the box. That's going to be a corner ball. Interesting there, Man United, Bruno carries the ball forward, and you can see Højlund and Garnacho, they just split, don't they? They just split like that. And then Bruno's got the options. It's a Bruno corner, so we've got to hope just beat the first man. That's the start, isn't it? Just beat the first man, go from there. Because that's not a given. He did. Oof. He put the ball in. It was actually punched away by Ramsdale. Here's Garnacho into the box. It got caught under his feet. They were claiming it had gone out for a goal kick. And Diblin gets it back. Here's Cobby. Wins it back. Goes all the way to Ugarte. Joe Fleming says, who would you like most to score, Owen? I don't really care about individual players, to be honest with you. Again, because that's kind of my thing with all this kind of stuff. Is I'm really not player FC, really. I just want Man United to win. And I also just want them to have a good performance. Continue on the performance and the level of intensity we've seen in the last couple of games. Tonight, it's a must-win. De Ligt to Ahmad. Is Lenny Yoro. It's going to go all the way back to Andre Onana. Free by India. It's going to start trending. Bruno Fernandes, good turn. Cobby. Bloody out. Played it off. The Southampton player there. Cobby. That's a foul. It was a bit late on Alejandro Garnacho there. I'm not a fan of the luminous yellow. That is that Southampton kit. That is nasty. It was Brie could make a kind of joke there, but it'd be a bit cheesy. De Ligt. Yoro, oh, he got dispossessed there. He went for a long ball all through the legs. Good recovery by Ahmad. He keep it on. Good defending. Well done, Ahmad Diallo. Wasn't the best pass, though, by Ahmad there. A couple of wayward passes by Ahmad. Did well defensively to win the ball back. Southampton mess it up. Goes out for a throw-in. Yeah, maybe it is the guy from American Pie. That coach. It kind of does feel American Pie-ish, doesn't it? That's a throw to United. 6 minutes gone. Still 0-0. It's going to be Ahmad to take the throw. Goes long. Takes a touch. Good switch that by Ugarte. And good touch by Mazraoui too. Is Garnacho going to try and take him on? Easily dispossessed though, isn't it? Luckily United get a throw. Mazraoui. Asim says, wish Ole does well. I'm very curious to see how well he does against Besiktas. At Besiktas, rather. We just haven't really, the only thing we've heard of his coaching since Man United is that, wasn't he like managing like his daughter's Norwegian kids side? Did they get relegated or something like that? It became a bit of a running joke, didn't it? And I'm sure if he has any success at Besiktas, that won't lead to we could have had this, but you turned your back on. He was like Besiktas will score a goal or something, a counter-attacking goal, and that will turn into this is what it should have been. This is what it should be at Manchester United. But you hounded him out. Long kick. Martinez with the header. And now Southampton have the ball. Manchester United just trying to... It's a rare bit of possession, really, for Southampton thus far. I mean, they've only had 14% of the ball. It's not a foul by Ugarte. See, he does stuff like that really well. Shut up, Ali McCoy. Adam McCoy's just going and thinks he's got a case. I mean, he's just, again, he's dark arts, isn't it? That's what I mean. He's dark arts. Højlund loses the ball. Oh, Leacher. Well, I'm not sure about that one, to be honest. I think Leacher gets the ball. Let's have a look at this. He's pretty shocked by this. I thought it was a good tackle. No, he don't. Doesn't get the ball. Here's a free kick. Thought it was there. But that one, that stemmed from, again, Højlund. What's he trying to do? Hold up the ball. Not doing too much. Easily dispossessed. Free kick to Southampton. Be careful of set pieces, folks. Because we know this team with their set pieces. I mean, not that Southampton are known for scoring a shit ton of goals, but again, you never know with this team. You never know with Manchester United. Ball in, headed away by Martinez. Flicked on by Garnacho straight back to Southampton. And now Southampton got a bit of the ball. Aribo, Fernandez. Now for Southampton, put it around a little bit. Jay Fleming with a super chat says, so happy Euro is starting today. I think in time he's going to become my favourite player. And I haven't really had a favourite player at United in 4 years. I tell you what, that was probably... I mean, if anyone's been watching the match views long enough, the ones that I've been on anyway, you know what I'm going to say, yeah? Foul throws don't get picked up as often as they should. It's a disgrace. A lot of professional footballers, I swear, can't take a throw in. Ramsdale's kick goes out for a throw. 10 minutes gone. It's 0-0. Bit of a flat start to this one thus far, isn't it? Ruben Amorim pacing in his technical box. That's a couple of times in this game now. That's about, I think the third pass by Ahmad. Couple of short passes. Giving the ball away. It's just a bit sluggish from United. Just got to be a bit weary. And Southampton have the ball again. Got to get close. Ugarte intercepts. Now he's going to try and travel. Garnacho goes back to Martinez. And all the way back to Andre Onana. Is Lenny Yoro. We hit 750 likes, by the way. So big up to everyone watching. If you haven't already, click the like button. Let's see if we can get to 1K. 1K likes for a solo stream. Onana goes for a long ball. Was towards Garnacho. And then easily dealt with. It's very quiet. Very quiet in Old Trafford at the moment. Here's Southampton on the attack. Takes on Jorge. Goes past him. Saved by Andre Onana. Ball back in. We're flat. I tell you what, we're flat. We're very flat. And I tell you what, that's probably the second time. I mean, Lenny Yoro's been skipped past twice in the first 12 minutes, hasn't he? He had the first one where Ahmad managed to keep it in. He's gone past him there with relative ease. And I tell you what, we're flat. We're flat. You get sort of 12 minutes into the game, and this is what I was saying in the pre-match, isn't it? Of going, it's one thing to get up for the matches against Liverpool at Anfield, Arsenal in the at the Emirates in the FA Cup. This is the bread and butter. You have to show that same level of intensity, don't you? Midweek, after playing a lot of football at the weekend. There you go, De Ligt wins it back. Hopefully that's just a bit of a wake-up call. Out to Ahmad. There's Martinez. Lenny Yoro. And this is also what we were, Flex and myself were talking about in the match preview. Is it's just it's a completely different game. This is also why you do have to kind of keep the side eye at some of these United players, because you're playing away from home against a team that is gonna, attack you. Then it's, the fullbacks will get pinned back, or the wing-backs in this case get pinned back, get into a back five. You're set up for that. But it's these kind of games where you're expecting to dominate. I mean, Southampton, nearly 15 minutes into this, are playing the better stuff. Knocking the ball around, had a shot. This is where you got to be wary. Tries to skip past Yoro. deals with that one, goes back to Onana. K-Flow with the super chat says, glad to see you back, Owen. Hope you're feeling good. Yes. On the road to recovery. Big up, appreciate the super chat and the nice words. Last 5 minutes, look at that. Last 5 minutes. Southampton, 67% possession. Nothing to melt down about just yet, but this is the kind of stuff, isn't it, what Ruben Amorim was talking about? Where it's these kind of performances. This is why Amorim was frustrated after the Liverpool game. Because it's this kind of performance. It's just not a lot of urgency. I mean, at the moment, can't even get the ball. can't even touch the ball. Look at this. Southampton, they're just knocking it about easy. It's a Southampton throw. 15 minutes in, 0-0. Oh, just skipped past Ugarte like he's not even there. Here's Southampton. They're in the transition here. I tell you what. Into the box. Fernandes with a shot, luckily, straight at Andre Onana. That's 2 on target now. And again, he just skips past. Again, I tell you what, if I'm Ruben Amorim at the moment, I'm going to be losing my shit on the touchline. I would say 15 minutes in, still plenty of the game to go, but 15 minutes in, again, intensity. Where's your intensity? Urgency. You're looking very, very flat. The passing is sideways, but it's slow. Cobby, that's a better pass. Højlund, he's got the ball. Ahmad. Garnacho. That's going to be a corner ball. Bruno with the shot deflection. It's a good pass from Cobby that started that off in the first place. Motto Green says, Owen, relax. Southampton not come to beg. Well, look, I just, it's not as if I'm saying we should be scoring every 5 minutes or anything like that. I think it's the concern is, again, we've seen that sort of lethargy by Manchester United, haven't we? We have seen that lethargy, and especially the home games, where you've got to do it more than just sort of pass it sideways. You've got to break the lines, go forward, have some urgency, some intensity. Ahmad with the corner. His delivery should be good. It usually is. As we still wait for the delivery. Here we go. Ball in. And one of the Southampton players was down. And that goes out for a United throw. Where are we at? We're 5 likes away from 800. So if you haven't already, click the like button. And let's see if we can get to 800 likes. And the problem is as well is we get into this thing. They're just saying on commentary now, they're going, oh, it's very flat inside Old Trafford. It's very quiet inside Old Trafford. Again, that can't be, I think, much of a surprise because I think we've lost the last 2 home games. And we've seen it, haven't we? You know, like it against Bournemouth. It was like it we played Forest at home. Like it, obviously, when we played Newcastle at home, where it's slow and it's sort of tiresome, and the crowd, there's not a lot really for the crowd to get involved in, and it gets this kind of weird sort of silence that everyone sits in. And that's also why, again, before the game of going, it's a foregone conclusion. It's not with these players. It's not. I still think we'll go on to win the game, but it's just, again, it's a bit of a reality check. Short pass by Bruno. Garnacho took a long shot. That'll end up going out for a United throw. And he's gone down with a head injury, the Southampton player, so referee stopped the play. And this is what we've seen with... This is why I always bring up Flex's point that he mentioned prior to the Liverpool and Arsenal games, which is so true. With this system and with this group of players in this system at the moment, we are almost better set up to be playing away from home against teams that will more, put pressure on us. at home, because we sort of pass it sideways a little bit or pass it backwards, we give the opposition team quite a lot of time to get into a decent shape. Then we don't really know what to do after that. We just kind of wait. And chances will come, because as bad as we are, we do always create a few chances. Just got to be clinical. Here is Højlund. He's in behind. Cuts it back. Garnacho! As I just said, chances will come. Chances will come. You just got to take them. It's a ball in behind. Højlund does perfect. Look, runs in behind. Finds his attacking teammate. And Garnacho, I don't know how he's put it wide. He got at minimum get it on target. And look, Højlund's kicking the post. He's furious. That should be 1-0 Manchester United. And that was the point I was just making. As tiresome and laborious as it can be, i.e. it's taken 20 minutes, we do create chances, do create them, but got to put them in the back of the net. Southampton have the ball here. It's a short pass. Ahmad can get there. Does. Euro. Is that going to be a foul? It is. And a free kick. But yeah, as Show says in the chat there, earlier on, when we were talking about Garnacho, we were saying 60 million. No. Everyone's got a price. Everyone's got a price. So as I said earlier on, it's not just $1 million man saying. It's not just Ted DiBiase in the 1980s. Everyone's got a price. If someone wants to pay £60 million for Alejandro Garnacho, now, let's have conversations. Joe Fleming says counting every 10 minutes in a negative sense. Now, here's Ahmad. Ball across goal. Oh. Cobby, edge of the box. Tries to cut it back. Mazraoui. His body's just in the way. And Cobby gives away a free kick. Let's have a look. Didn't really see if it was a foul or not. This could be a free kick Ramsdale's going to take. Just going to be one of those evenings, isn't it? You know, one of those evenings. You know what I was saying earlier on? It might be that kind of wait 70, 80 minutes. We'll get more chances, because we will. We will get more chances. Because that was what was wild against when we played Newcastle. As bad as we were in that game, and we could have been 5-0 down in like 20 minutes against Newcastle, did create chances as the game went on. So we'll make chances. So throw into United though. Højlund gives it to Mazraoui again. Tried a ball over the top to Cobby, goes out for another throw. Haroon says, just as we thought, no urgency, no play, usual. Won't say what the last bit is. But, ball in behind, Cobby, is he going to get there, Cobby? Oh, I tried to cut it back. I don't know if that was the right decision. Ahmad shoots. Does he need to cut it back there, Cobby? Let's have a look. Bruno, look at this pass. Look at this, is a proper defence split. But that's brilliant by Bruno Fernandes. Cobby cuts it back to... Garnacho needs to move towards the ball a bit more. He's kind of waiting. It's a brilliant pass by Bruno Fernandes. But that's twice now, in behind. Just get a goal. Just get a goal. Go 1-0 up. For God's sake, honestly. You know how fragile these players are, you know, and the fans are. Just get a goal. Go 1-0 up. Because the longer the game goes on, that feeling of, oh, is something bad going to happen will creep in. You just don't need that. Southampton go for the switch. They still have the ball. They passed the ball around nicely, Southampton. You give them credit for that. Say that, they give the ball away. Here's Garnacho. Now, Højlund to the left of him. Is he going to go by himself? Garnacho is still going. Garnacho shoots, block, shoots again. Blocked again. Well, they're claiming Ahmad. They want handball. I mean, it'll be checked. No. First shot was blocked. Gets another attempt at it. This time, right-footed. Blocked again. Is it this? Well, I tell you what. I tell you, his arm's out. Is it going to be check complete? Check complete. If it was at the other end, they'd give it. I'm telling you now. If it was against Manchester United, they'd give it. The amount of penalties we've conceded for less this season, by the way. Just so we're clear. I'm not all in on that being punched away. I'm not all in on that being a pen. I'm just saying, if it was against us, it would be given. I'm fine with that being the threshold of that's not a penalty, no problem. It's, clear it. Fine. Totally fine with that. But I'm saying have De Ligt do that and see what happens. Love a bit of VAR controversy. That's what they would. Of course, they would give it against us. You see what they gave for Kai Havertz one at the weekend. Bruno gives it to Garnacho. I tell you what, got away with one there. He fizzed one. That's not a good pass. I tell you what, Garnacho, that's a really shitty pass. Bruno gives him the ball. He fizzes one back into him. Just barely misses the player. Ugarte does really well. Really, really well. And cleared by Lenny Yoro. Not the best clearance. Dibbling turns. He's into box here. Dibbling! That's a good save! For another good save by... I tell you what, they should score. It's a double save by Andre Onana. They should score. Now, none of that people saying, oh, you're being negative in the chat or whatever, because Southampton should be 1-0 up. They should be 1-0 up. Because that has happened again. They've just run through it. So that's the second or third time that's happened in this first half. Nearly 30 minutes in. And I tell you what, Andre Onana's bailed just right out the shit there. Bloody hell. It's a good save. I mean, I'm looking more at the attacker, to be honest with you. Because I can't believe they haven't scored. But they're in behind again. They're in behind again. Cuts it back. Dibbling. Edge of the box. Oh. Okay, now. And again, this ain't negativity or anything like that. This is like, they look like they're going to score. Oh my God. And just again, a couple of passes in. And this is what I was saying before kickoff. I don't trust these players. I don't trust these players. I don't trust this team. Yes, you can put in performances against Liverpool and against Arsenal, but who can't? Who can't get up for those games? You're playing bottom of the league at home. They have 6 points, and they are playing you off the park with some of their passes. They should be 1-0 up at least in this game. Get up for this game. Get up for this game. Show some intensity in this game. Yeah, show some fight in this game. Because as Ruben Amorim said, it's performances and results like this thus far is why he goes to Anfield, he draws, and he gets pissed off. Because he goes, well, okay, why can't we do that every week? Here they come again. Lenioro slides in, Southampton throw. And that's why, that's why I said before kickoff. It's not, don't be negative. It's just, again, it's these players. We know them. Do not let them fool you by a couple of good results or performances. They can get up for games against big teams, against good players. But in the games where it's like, we'll beat Southampton. We'll beat Southampton. Look, they're in behind again. Manchester United defenders backing off again. Pass. Dibbling shoots. They're all over us. We're going to see the double save by Onana again. First one, good stop, gets a hand to it. Second one, Martinez, he just spreads himself big. Straight at the keeper, but he makes himself big. And that's a good save, the first one. Martinez tries to head it. He's too small to head it. Okay. 30 minutes in. I mean, look, 30 minutes in. Possession's 50-50. Southampton have had 5 shots, 4 on target. Meanwhile, we've had 6. Goose egg, 0 on target. Southampton had the better chances. They should be 1-0 up at least. Okay, now. Steffi Jenk says, "My gosh, Owen, you're very critical today." I think they deserve to be. How can we not be critical? Again, what we can't do, I think, as fans, what we can't do as fans is be like, play against Liverpool, see that intensity, right? See that intensity, and go, right, that's the standard. We don't let it drop now. And then when we see it drop, inevitably, like then we go, it's all right. It's not all right. Can't blame bottom of the league. Bottom of the league, 6 points. It's madness. it's insane. Oh. Less than 150 likes to go to 1K. If you haven't already, click the like button and be sure to subscribe as well. Bottom right hand corner. Now, again, United will create chances because we have created chances in this game. But again, it's that intensity. It's just not there. Just not. Joe Fleming says, it's not easy to draw at the Anfield or the Emirates. But again, it's not saying it is. I'm not saying it's that's easy. It's not to put down those results or those performances. But what it is, again, it's once again we've seen that you can get up for it. We've seen you can play with intensity. We've seen that you can play with quality. So there is no excuse for it to drop down to, lethargy, not pressing, not passing enough. We've seen it. We've seen it. Because that's the standards that it takes to get those kind of results. I tell you what, Soleimani spun past Euro again. He's one-on-one with Delict here. He's in trouble. Got to be careful. Shoots. I tell you what, I think maybe that's the third time in this game, Lenioro has been absolutely spun. Oh. That's a few times in this game. that Lenny Yoro has been... He's gone through the legs, spud him. He's had a tough 45 or tough 35 minutes thus far for Lenny Yoro. And it's another chance for Southampton. Throw into Southampton. About 10 minutes to go. Nathan says, get your off now. I'm sorry, is he drunk? Well, look, he's struggling at the moment. Up against the Southampton attackers. I'm not sure if anyone would be doing much better. I'm not sure if you put, Maguire there, if he handles that any better, to be honest with you. Or put Maguire in the middle, and De Ligt out there. And once again, we just sort of go long and hope that it bounces back. Ball by Ugarte to Rasmus Højlund. Bruno shoots straight at Ramsdale. Oh, it's first shot on target. First shot on target for United. 35 minutes in. And you can see with that why the stat I mentioned earlier on about United having, one of the team with the most shots from outside the box. So we get to the outside the box, we're not sure what to do. Ahmad. Yoro. De Ligt. There's De Ligt again. Pass out wide to Ahmad. I think the concern is too, isn't it, is that, and again, this maybe speaks volumes, isn't it, that when Southampton come forward with the ball, there is this sort of genuine fear of they could score here. And with United, when we've got the ball, we're going forward, you just don't have the same feeling of, we could score here. It's a bit like, I don't know. Bruno again. Out to Garnacho. Ahmad. Bruno. He thought about a shot. Left-footed. I think it hit Højlund in the end. Martinez. It's going to go to Ahmad. He's going to keep it in. Ahmad cuts it back. Ugarte had to get round the referee. And the referee gives a free kick. And again, it's just very, very static from United, isn't it? It's just really static. And it feels like, United just kind of hoping that something happens, We get to kind of the edge of their box or sort of 25 yards out, and then we sort of don't know what to do. Meanwhile, at the other end of the pitch, you just feel like Southampton could just walk in with ease. Ramsdale with a big kick. Ahmad gets the ball. Right, now you got a bit of space. Goes backwards. Here's Onana. Andre Onana goes for a pass. Højlund's just waiting for the ball to get to him. Defender gets in front of him. Again, stuff like that. It's just... Our only sort of pass forward is a long ball from the goalkeeper, and either Højlund wrestles with him or the player gets in front of him. Nothing really happening in midfield all that much, is there? Wing backs, you don't really see that much from them, do you? It's just really flat. And it feels like the first pass, instead of being forward, the first pass is backwards. And the only sort of possession we do have, it's really deep in our half. It's like here. It's in our sort of third of the pitch. Mazraoui. Okay, now, I mean, 1-2 between Højlund and Mazraoui. Mazraoui passed it to nobody. Here's Southampton again. Goes back to Ramsdale. And you get the gaps between Kobe, Mazraoui and Ugarte is massive. They're just saying it on commentary. They're not sure. You've got Martinez is actually further ahead in the pitch than Kobe. And Suleimani can just turn again. Look, can just turn again. He can carry on running. Dibbling, edge of the box. And now it's Southampton, about 30 yards out once more. Cuts inside, Walker-Peters. Fernandez, ball in. Delict with the header. It's up in the air. Heads out to Aribo, edge of the box. He just stabbed it through. And again, he just stabs it through. Everyone's standing around looking at each other. It's so static. Look, ball up in the air. Everyone's just watching. Everyone's watching. Ball watching Delict to head it. Heads it to the edge of the box. Nobody's reacting to it. But again, that kind of just sums us up. We're just so static. Again, with no real intensity. Look at Ruben Amorim sitting in the dugout, head in his hands. They blame him again. This is why he was fed up against Liverpool. It's why when he drew that game, he went, "I'm really annoyed." Ball in. Oh! Have they scored? They have scored. There you go. There you go. Well, they deserve it. They deserve it. They deserve it. We've been absolutely shit. And once again, from a corner, this team, and you wonder why. You wonder why before kickoff. I'm saying before kickoff, I don't trust these players. We can get hyped up. We can get excited about knocking Arsenal out the FA Cup, about getting a draw at Anfield. But none of this, we've turned a corner bullshit because I don't trust these players. I think it comes off Ugarte. But this is what they do. This is what they do. Intensity, I mean it's a cavalcade of errors from that corner as well. Bouncing off everyone, Onana sort of flaps a paw at it. It's just a mess. Man United are a mess in this first half. We have been. We've been shit. Southampton are 1-0 up. Deservedly 1-0 up. They've been the better team. They've got 6 points. At the moment, they're on the way to winning just their second game of the season. Oh my God. Worst team in the league, by the way, playing us off the park. Don't trust these players. Don't trust these players. Don't trust this team because this is what they do. Oh, they dibble them with a shot. It's another save from Onana. We could be 2-0 down. Well, the way this first half's gone, could have been 3-0 down. We are all over the place. Absolute mess. And I tell you what, it was moving. Onana nearly dived past it. And next time we do go away from home, and we do get a good result against a big team, and Ruben Amorim comes out and says, I'm pissed off, people shouldn't question him. People shouldn't question him for saying I'm pissed off, because he spends every day with these players. Every day at training. He knows these guys. He knows what they're capable of, what they do. Here's Højlund. Turns in the centre circle. Travelling with it. Travels. Gives it to Garnacho. Ahmad. Cuts inside. Mazraoui. Bruno. Ugarte. Ahmad. Ugarte. And we'll end up going fucking backwards, I tell you. Garnacho cuts inside. Cobby dispossessed. Oh, and that's going to be a foul. No, he dived, according to the ref. Not having it. Ahmad, right, take advantage of it then. Ahmad. Into the box where he goes down. I don't think he's gonna book. Who's he gonna book? He's booking the Fernandez, Southampton's, or is it Ahmad? Who's he booked? Well, on the screen they said it was Ahmad, but I think they're saying it's a Southampton player. Honestly. Now, genuinely, KG can never leave the country. That's half time. KG can't leave the country and I can't do these anymore. Because fucking hell. Oh my word. It is half time and bottom of the league, Southampton. 6 points, Southampton. 1 win all season, Southampton. A 1-0 up at Old Trafford. And they are the better team. Deservedly 1-0 up at half time. Manchester United have been shocking. Absolutely shocking. Absolutely awful. Can't disagree with it. Man United have been horrific. Absolutely horrific in that first half. Fucking hell. Super chats. Steve, where are we at? But just forget, this is why. And it's not even I told you so moment, but this is why. These players, every time, don't trust them. Do not put your hopes on them. Do not think they've changed. We're like in a bad relationship. They'll be better this time. No, they won't. Of course they won't. Steve K says, getting bought by the Saints is madness, though. Eminem says, might be me, but I think we need leadership at the back. Starting to see why Amorim is pushing Harry a lot. Liverpool, Arsenal, he's been that guy. Biggie Third says, Owen, I give up. C1 Chaos says, the lack of professionalism from these players really is unforgivable. And Zoteng TV says, very smart, let's put Martinez, our smallest man, on first post. Well done, Amorim, for F's sake. Let's see if we can get in touch with Fleck at half time. See what he's saying inside the stadium. Once again, quiet at Old Trafford. But again, you've got to give us something to chant about, haven't we? See if you can even stomach a conversation.
Yes, mate.
Well, I thought there was going to be, with KG out the country, me doing a solo match for you. I thought this can't be. I thought that
that's
judge,
a real thing, by the way.
Yeah,
that's a real thing.
I thought that can't happen. because. But this is why when we did the match preview yesterday, and I said, look, I don't want to be that guy that's doing the whole, I told you so, or anything like that. But this is why when people say, I don't care what the players did against Arsenal or against Liverpool.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't trust these players because this is what they do.
That's right, mate. That's right. It took me 5 hours to get up here today. 5 hours. And I just thought, can we maybe look at them to just have a routine win? And you could tell from the first 5 minutes, you go in, hang on a minute, I've seen this. I've seen this start. I've seen this. How you doing, man? You right, yeah? Nice one, man. I've seen this start. Honestly, bro, we look like the team bottom of the league.
Yeah.
We look like the team bottom of the league.
Points. They've won one game, Flex.
Well, they've won one game, and they are, at times, playing us off the park, bro.
Yeah.
Like, playing us off the park. Like finding the spare man when they're moving the ball across their back three. I don't know the guy's name on Lenny Yoro's side, the left striker for them.
Yeah, he's flown past him a couple of times.
He's causing massive.
He struggled the most, actually, Lenny Yoro.
Yeah, Yoro struggled. I don't know if you bring Maguire on at half time.
Sulemana, I think it is. Sulemana.
Yeah, he's causing all sorts of problems for Lenny. Martinez, again, back to just doing bozo stuff, getting spun by Diblin. Then when the guy has the follow-up shot, runs past the ball. Then he done something else as well, and I'm just like, what's he doing? Hoyland can't hold the ball up, can't have a feel for the game, no focal point up front. It's just, and then I know Onana actually keeps us in the game early on by making some big saves.
Yeah, they could be 3-0 up.
Yeah, but then you look at the goal we actually do. We do concede. Hits fucking Onana doesn't get it. Diblin is it what's his name? Martinez misses his header. Diblin flicks it, hits off the fucking back of Agate. Onana can't. So it's just calamitous.
Mess.
It's a team that hasn't scored from a set piece all year.
Corner again.
They haven't conceded from a set piece, scored a set piece all year, and we've fucking been conceding them all year.
Yeah.
Like, just fucking absolutely woeful, mate. Woeful. So bad. Like, just back to life, back to reality.
Yeah.
Garnacho, wasteful, should have scored.
Yeah. It's like you were saying, wasn't it?
Not clinical.
You were saying
shit.
When it comes to obviously, when you play away at the Emirates, so you play away at Anfield, and you play a 3-4-3, a back five, you're a bit set up. Then you can get up for those games, can't you? You can get behind the ball. They're going to come out. They're going to attack you. At home, you've got to be on the front foot. You can't keep going backwards.
Yeah.
And it feels like our game plan is we'll go backwards or we'll go long with Onana, try and hit the ball over the top. That's it.
Exactly.
That's it.
So those bigger games actually suit us. These types of games don't. And I said in my road trip, I was like, this Southampton, they actually press high. Like I said, they played a 3-5-2. I said 3-4-3 or 3-5-2, whatever it is. I said in the car earlier because I was doing a little bit of prep on them. And they don't just sit off. Like they will go and press, and they're going man for man all over the pitch. And so because it looks like they've mastered this system, we haven't. So when we attack, like it's just off the cuff. It's just off the cuff, and we just can't do anything consistently.
Yeah.
Midfield, we're losing duels. Aribo's just dropping the shoulder and just being comfortable in there. Who's that coming on? Who's that running out there? Someone's warming up at half time. Who's that? Is that Anthony? That's Anthony.
Wow,
Anthony's coming on.
Who for? Who for?
Is that Anthony? It is Anthony, isn't it? Mazraoui, left wing back, no outlet.
Yeah,
or does he put Mazraoui right wing back, take off? Is he going to take off Garnacho? Can't see that. Put Ahmad in the 10. Is he going to take off Ahmad? I don't know.
But
actually, no. He's going to take off Lenny Yoro. He's going to take off Lenny Yoro, put Mazraoui right wing back, and put Anthony left wing back. That's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
That's what he's going to do. Because Yoro was struggling.
And the thing is as well, it's one of those ones, isn't it, again, where you go like, it's not... We have had chances, Garnacho should get that minimum on target,
But they've had more chances than us. They had like 4 shots on target by one point. We hadn't had any.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, they've had way more chances than us. I haven't even looked at the stats, just from the eye test of memory.
Well,
they have got more than us.
Well, certainly, let me just check it now. It sums up a lot. We've actually had technically more shots than them. We've had 10 shots, only 1 on target, which is the Bruno
they
P
blocked
roller.
loads.
They've had 8 shots, 5 on target. Again,
5 on target, mate. That's what I'm saying. Clinical, and they've opened us up at will as well. Like theirs have been clear-cut chances. Like they could have, like you said, they could have scored 3.
Yeah,
they could have scored 3. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And actually, again, like you said, these players, this half so far, which is a criminal half. Even if we come back and win, this is a criminal half. Again, they're showing it. They're showing that again. You can't be trusted. Again, and I'm so glad Ruben Amorim said I'm going to learn more about my team from this than the other 2 games. And he's so right. He's so right.
That's why he was pissed off against Liverpool, wasn't it?
Came
after the Liverpool game, he went, I'm not happy because where was this, basically? Where was this? And they're doing it again.
Exactly. Look at that. Off Ugarte's back. Oh, it's so rubbish. Oh, is it? Yeah, nice one. I'm coming in. Just shocking, man. Absolutely awful.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know. But it looks like I said, I think that'll be Yoro off, slide Mazraoui across the right wing back and play Anthony left wing back. I think that'll be.
Yeah, maybe.
Absolutely shocking. I don't even know if we come back. Honestly, I don't know. We need Southampton to do something like bottom of the table would, which is make mistakes, give us some easy goals. But look at the chances they've got. Look at them. Look at Fernandes. Look at him. He's got the whole luxury of the. Oh, fucking hell, mate.
That's what it was like under Eric, wasn't it? When it was like,
Yeah, they were so open in midfield.
Yeah.
Dribbling, cooking. Look.
Yeah.
Half
Spinning.
turn. See you later, Martinez. See you later. And the kid's good. Look, drops the shot. He should really score. Look, Martinez run past the ball, falling over. What's he doing?
But the thing is, with our players, our players don't spin and then just shrug players off and run. Like we don't create.
And Soleimani, look, Yoro's struggling as well. We've got to protect him. We've got to take him out.
Yeah.
Got to take him out. Well, we'll see if we can come back.
Yes, well, we will hear your thoughts after game.
That's
Hopefully
great.
with a comeback, yeah? That's what
exactly. All right.
Nice one.
Nice one.
Peace.
All right.
Wow. It's going great, ain't it, folks? Like, it's not cursed at all. Not cursed at all. Okay, now, honestly. Where are we at in terms of the super chats and members chats? If you haven't already clicked the like button, not a lot to like about. I hate fucking saying this. I always say it on my match views. There's not a lot to like about in terms of the performance or the result, but you can click the like button anyway. So click the like button if you haven't. And I've started to feel better physically. I feel worse again now. Danny DeFito's been a member for 3 months, says, I'm so done with this team. No movement, no intensity, no hope. Even if we come back to win this, it's disgraceful. Can't wait for the summer. Amanor says, Sal Garnacho and effing sign Dibbling, fuming. And Nitin says, who has the worst first touch, Højlund or Lukaku? Well, this is why I was saying with these players, hey, not going to be fooled by them. Not going to be fooled in the slightest by this group of players because this is what they do. Yeah, this is what they do. We know them. We know them. And can't be fooled by a couple of positive performances. No way. Tabrez Big Up says, I'm here at the Stretford end. We've been absolutely horrible. Onana's kept us in this. Owen, please get someone else on the stream to break the judge. I mean, I would if I could, Tabrez. I would if I could, but yeah, I'm not sure. It's not going great, is it? You know, I mean, I'm developing a complex at this point, to be honest, because the fact that I missed the Arsenal game, oh, man. I mean, I technically was here for the Liverpool one, did the pre-match on that, but yeah, it's not ideal, not ideal at all. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe as well. 75 subscribers away from 187,500. Second half should be starting shortly. Nathan with the super chat too says, I told KG last week Højlund offers fuck all up front. It's like playing with 10 men. We are awful. These players are boring, don't create, don't score enough. People travel round to watch this. Awful. And Flex was mentioned. He's was it 5 hours to get there? And to be honest, it doesn't really matter, does it? Look, 5 hours, 5 minutes, you're still watching the same pile of shit. You know what I mean? You can glitter a turd, it's still a piece of shit, and that's the same as the performance there, isn't it? You can travel 5 minutes or 5 hours. If you're still traveling to watch poo, you know, I wouldn't recommend it. Basically, yeah. But what we do know is Anthony's coming on at half time. Don't know why. We don't know why. Just a little bit here on obviously the penalty shout that we had in the first half. from the Premier League Match Centre says the referee's call of no penalty was for handball by Walker-Peters. It was checked and confirmed by VAR, who deemed it was accidental and as a consequence of contact from Ahmad. That's their phrase. Rocksteady says, please stop begging for likes and subs. If you like what Rocksteady has said there, click the like button and be sure to subscribe as well. Bottom right hand corner, just for him, because he doesn't want that to happen. Paul Scholes says on TNT, he says, Anthony hasn't been the answer so far, has he? Hopefully he can repay some of his transfer fee. Oof. I mean, be a bit late, wouldn't it, to be doing that? But now's the time maybe to start, hopefully. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, we will create chances in the second half. We did create chances in the first half. It's not necessarily that, but Southampton will have their chances too, won't they? Because they were running through. Once again, I'm not sure if this is exactly how the phrase goes, but you know, from my understanding, this is how it's meant to go. We're being run through
like a dirty gal.
Apparently, I don't really context of which I don't really understand, but I've been told that's correct in terms of the general overall vicinity of that. So, you know, we're being once again run through
like a dirty gal.
Big up Haley for that classic soundbite. That's every time they've spun and turned us. You know, they've been going through us. You know, once again
like a dirty gal.
Yeah, maybe that's probably enough. It's probably enough. There are probably kids still watching at the moment. I think that makes sense. Oh, honestly, Man United, why'd you do this to me? Why'd you do this to all of us? Just when we think things are going to get better, they don't. they don't at all, really, do they? Just when you think, I think maybe these players have changed. You know, we had some positive results. And the warning signs were there in the sense of we still haven't won since we played Man City a while ago. You know, we haven't won in the Premier League in 2025 yet. People have already broken their New Year's resolutions like 5 times by this point. Man United haven't even won a game in normal time either. Right? Oh. It's going to be fine. There's 45 minutes. There's 45 minutes left. It's going to be fine. Honestly, I hope so, because Cage's not back for the game on Sunday. Otherwise, we've got to have a conversation with Fleck of like, do you really want to go to watch Man United play Brighton? Should you not watch it with together? Right, Anthony's on. Kobbie Mainoo's off. Well, that is surprising. Kobbie off, Anthony on. So Bruno will go back into the 8 and Anthony will go into the 10. Bloody hell. Well, that's a big call. You know, Kobbie didn't have a great first half, I'll give him that, but not good enough. Right. Second half, waiting for the referee's whistle. And we're off. Be interesting to see what Ruben Amorim says post-match, won't it? If it was tactical, if Kobbie's got a knock. But now we have a front 3, and look, we'll see what happens. I hope to be holding that at the end of this game. But our front 3 is now Anthony, Garnacho, Højlund. United, just don't do this. I mean, we've only just been able to kind of have our moment of we can actually, you know, laugh at teams. If you lose to the bottom of the league, there's no coming back from this. Bruno, ball forward. Bruno Fernandes. Reverse pass. Anthony. Corner ball. Get an early goal and then just settle, please. For the love of God. Anthony was a good block at the end by the Southampton defender. Corner ball, who's going to take? Ball in. Headed away, of course. A score from a corner, could you imagine? And Ahmad. Out to Bruno. Anthony. Ball in, headed away. Martinez keeps it going. Lenny Yoro turn. Out to Anthony. He's going to cut inside the Anthony special, maybe. Finds Garnacho. Garnacho edge of the box. Delict. Delict shot blocked. Still time. A little bit of intensity. Look at Garnacho's neck. What was that on his neck? Got to see a reaction, something. Honestly. Man United. How long are you going to take that throw in, mate? My goodness. It's a bit early to be time wasting. Is Delict. Maybe it might be one of who was that? Was that Hoyland? Got away with one. His hold up play there. Eventually it found. Man United give the ball away again. I tell you what, it is really concerning the fact that they can actually Southampton pass the ball better than us. Like their passing legitimately is better than us. Ball over the top. Now Ahmad. Well, I tell you what, Sulemana just threw Ahmad off like judo throw. And that's a corner. Oh, honestly. This team. Corner ball. They hadn't scored, by the way, again, from a corner all season, remember? Of course, against United, they do it. Ball in. Oh, it's bouncing around all over the place. Oh, my God, honestly. Oh, I mean, United give the ball away again. Here comes Bree. Mazraoui intercepts. 50 minutes gone. Still Manchester United 0, Southampton 1. I tell you what, our pass of the ball forward is so shit. Garnacho goes down, doesn't get anything. Now Southampton passing it around. I mean, again, I hope I'm wrong, but just in that front three of Hoyland, Garnacho, Anthony, there's just nothing in that, is there? There's just nothing in that front three this evening. Good Lord. Spins in behind Sulemana. Oh, he's gone past Lenny Ora again. It's a block by Delict. They say it's a handball. Referee says no. They'll have a look. I tell you what, Sulemana Sulemana has absolutely destroyed Lenioro this evening. Oh my God. That's what, 4th time he's spun in behind him? Holy shit. I mean, it'd be interesting to see if the ref stops the game, if VAR says to stop it. They're in behind again! Cuts it back. Southampton are going to win this like 3-0. The way this... They've cleared it. They've cleared the handball. The way this is going, honestly, it is frightening how easy they can get in behind us. Get out to him. Get out to him. That's going to be a foul. Honestly. Uga Chukwu, it just runs through and no one can get close to him. Eventually they just got to push him over. Oh my God. It's the handball one. It's not handball. Hits him in the back. Hits him in the back. Good decision by VAR. Here's the back. That's a good block in the end by Delict. I think it's his back. Southampton are running through. Tell you what, Darren Fletcher on commentary as well. If it's any part of his arm, he should give it. Well, that's one, not true. Secondly, hits him in the back. Two more changes immediately. Hoyland off. He's been shit. He's been shocking. And Collier for Ugarte. He's probably worried. Is Ugarte on a booking or not? I don't think Ugarte was on a booking. Just wasn't good enough. Well, clearly, Ruben Amorim's furious. And I don't blame him. These Southampton fans are shouting, "You're effing shit." I mean, not really, not really wrong, are they? Free kick for Southampton. 25. I mean, this is not a good position at all for United, by the way, as well. Corner. Super chats here. David T says, can't play Ahmad as a wing-back with how Garnacho's performing. I'm fed up with Amorim already. Embarrassing stuff. Joe Fleming says, judging by the chat, Hoyland seems like a fan favourite. I don't know about that. Nathan says, we're defo losing this game. These players, LOL. Ball in again. Headed away by Delict. Cuts it back. Ball in. That's a goal kick. Zayn Miasi with a contribution with a poop emoji. Well, imagine Zayn. Imagine you got knocked out by this. You got knocked out by this team. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? How embarrassing is that? This group of players knocked you out. I mean, I tell you what, may I get thrown now. I think I was going out by Bruno Fernandes as well. Just Josh Media, Graphics Guru, Visual Ninjas in the chat with the eyeballs. The one thing those eyeballs won't be looking at this season is the FA Cup, unless he goes to watch United play, of course. Not for Arsenal, unfortunately. Mazraoui, travel with it. Garnacho. Ball in. Back for nothing now. Oh. It's so bad. Biggie Third with the super chat says, this is the Garnacho people want £70 million for. I mean, this is the thing. I said everyone's got a price. There's certainly, these players are not priceless. Oh my God. Wins the ball off Ahmad. Here's Collier. Xerxes, good turn. Bree wins it back. And look at that. Southampton, they can pass it out from the back. They can beat the press. We can't do that. Oh, he's gone past Lenny Yoro again. Lenny! Lenny! No, Lenny! Oh, he's just put it wide. Honestly, Lenny Yoro, Sulemana, I can't even describe how much on toast Sulemana has got Lenny Yoro. Holy shit. It's like Rio Ferdinand at the end of his career. You know when he's doing that run where he's sort of skipping. Oh. Somebody help him. I mean, Eric Ten Hag setting, Sulemana, write him down. write his name down. Ugh. Look at Sir Jim. Again, Vader and the Emperor. Da, 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 da. Going, Lenny Oro, cut his contract in half while you're at it. And get some stewards around me, even though I'm not giving them the bonuses anymore. Bruno Fernandes, Garnacho, into the box, Garnacho, across goal! How has he missed? How has he missed? Repay his transfer fee. Paul Scholes said Anthony was going to repay his transfer fee. It's the miss. It's not even the miss of the season, it's the miss of the century. How has he missed? It's easier to get it into the net. Oh, why is he sliding? Stand up. Just touch it. Literally. Don't move. Let the ball hit you and it'll go in. Oh, for fucking... Oh. It's the worst miss I've ever seen. It's so up there as the worst miss ever. Oh my God. Fucking hell. If Anthony stands there and doesn't move, the ball would hit him and go in. That's how bad that miss is. Ball across goal, Anthony 3 yards out, and he slides and puts it across goal and misses. And Paul's at half-time giving maybe Anthony can come on and pay back some of his transfer fee. Ajax owe us after that. I'm meant to be on the recovery from being ill. Garnacho. Travels. Bruno. Yes, plays on. Play on, ref. Ahmad. Garnacho. Garnacho. Shoots. The club's gonna be the death of me. It's actually going to be the death of me. Oh. 60 minutes gone. Oh, God, I'm just seeing that Anthony miss again. Fuck. Oh. Oh. And how are we going to get rid of him in January now? Olympiacos and Real Betis are going about that. Suddenly they flick their phones to do not disturb. When Man United call them at the end of the game, are you still interested? They'll be like... Funny podcast moment says Rashford would have scored. Rashford would have scored. I'd have scored. Massimo Taibbi would have scored. Get Sir Alex out on the pitch. He'd have scored that. Who wouldn't have scored? Who wouldn't have scored that goal? Let's face it. Oh. Yeah, Kevin Gary could have scored that one. Honestly. Dibbling's off, which I guess for us is a bonus. Because he's been ripping us apart. Same as Sulemana. All right, Onana with the ball. It's off. Honestly, I'm never going to give away a shirt. Oxford Natural by Gowan Life. We should scrap that. Show them some love. Links in the video description. Subscribe, save up to 70% off, because I won't be able to give away a shirt. Xerxes, travel, give it to Garnacho, or cut inside. Xerxes, you had all the options. It's like you're gonna go by yourself. You're gonna give it to Garnacho. Martinez. Ahmad. Collier. Don't go backwards. Don't go backwards. Physically and metaphorically. Please, United. 2 step forward, 3 steps back. That's Manchester United this season. God, if Southampton win this game, they're not even on double figures. They go to 9. 9 points. not even. As V says, won't be seeing me the rest of it. Honestly, they'll be like poisoning me or something like that. Don't come back. I'll be like in the Simpsons. I'll be carrying around that like uranium rod or whatever, being like, get ill, get ill again. Oh. 65 minutes gone. Man United 0. Southampton 1. Take the throw. Take the throw. You know what the thing is as well? the thing is as well, you kind of be like, create something. Because we have. We have created something. We created something so on a silver platter and we still couldn't score it. Like, what more do we need to create, really? We created an open goal. Fucking hell. Gone out for a Southampton throw. They're taking their time with their throw-ins as well. Eminem says, shall I end my dry Jan? Yeah, with a drip. Get it into your bloodstream quicker, my friend. It's that bad. Goes down, that'll be a goal kick. I mean, before kickoff, when I was doing the whole, the judge ends tonight, surely, I was joking. It didn't even enter my mind. I was like, God, surely. If there was ever a night. Apparently not. Collier. Onana, go forward! Forward! Intensity! It's just long ball to Xerxes. Right, Bruno Fernandes. Ahmad. Honestly, I can't believe we're chasing this game. Collier. We're trying to salvage a point. Not forget the win. Now we're just trying to sort of salvage a point against bottom of the league. Ahmad. Xerxes. Little flick. Ooh. That was better by Xerxes. Like, seriously, actually. I mean, I don't even know if I want to look at this. But just in terms of the table, like, what the fuck is going to happen? Look at it after the game. Look at it after the game. I can't even. Ahmad. Into the box. Everyone's so static. Everyone stands still. Euro. Oh, I swear to God, if we go backwards. Martinez. Garnacho. Anthony. Xerxes. Tried a backheel to Bruno. Collier. Good pass. Ahmad. Oh, what is that? Get it across the ball. It's a great pass by Collier. Ahmad just... I don't even know what that was. A good pass. Great pass by Collier. Ah, it's Ahmad. Ahmad. Xerxes. Go on, run. Garnacho. End product, please. Cuts it back. Ahmad! Oh. Oh, no. Oh, Lenny. Apparently, Suleimana's going off. Thank God. Lenny Oro, he'll pick him up and carry him off the pitch. Xerxes. His layoff was heavy. Oh, my God. God, we are shit. It can't pass the ball. Like, you know when they say there's like, I remember it's a famous phrase from Show. I can't remember before what game it was. He said there's levels to shit. And he's right. Oh, now they're changing their mind. Maybe Suleimana isn't going off. So who's coming up? Fernandez is coming off. Adam Armstrong's coming on. So, and Downs came on for Aribo. So Suleimana staying on. Shit. Wow, Lenny. Lenny, it's not going to end. It's not going to end, Lenny. He's staying on. .73 minutes gone. Southampton free kick. Man United 0. Southampton 1. Man United. I've missed an open goal in the second half, but I can't even begin to describe how shit we've been. Well, just look at the scoreline, look at the table, really. It's got to be a foul. Collier's done well since he came on, actually. Did well against Arsenal. His standard is attained the same level. Flagy's right. Yeah, we missed 2 open goals. We did. Honestly. Martinez, Mazraoui. Zigzag said he should apologise to Rashford and bring him back. Why is this insistence on, obviously, apologies or whatever? Man United are just as shit with or without Marcus Rashford, by the way, as well. This is not the difference of one player. This is the other part of it too that we do. You know, we go, if this was, you know, this player was in, we'd be better. It's clearly more than just one player, isn't it? If Rashford was in, we'd be the same. If Rashford was out, we'd be the same. What we can't do is after every negative result, we go, well, if Rashford was here. But after every positive result, we weren't saying that about Rashford, were we? We weren't saying that about Rashford after the Emirates or Anfield. Of course we weren't. It's not a one-player issue. It's a collective mentality problem with this whole team. And the mentality is they're shit. Super chat from James says, pound for pound, this is the worst football team ever assembled. Well, you're probably not wrong, are you? In terms of the value of the squad, salary that they're all on. And you wonder why, you know, we can't move on people like, say, Anthony. He's on 200k a week. You think any club would go, I'm going to pick that up? Never. Never. Martinez. Mazraoui. Throw into United. I mean, this is just putrid, isn't it? It's really bad. I mean, even the crowd kind of broke out into a bit of a United chant then, but you could tell even them, well, they were sort of like, well, I don't know if we believe it. I don't know if we believe it. It's just sideways. Oh, Bruno tries to pass it forward straight to a Southampton player. Because every time we try and pass it forward, we just give it to the opposition team. So we can only do sideways and backwards. Xerxes. Gonna travel. He's gonna have to go by himself. Xerxes, keep going. Well, that's a corner. That went out. I swear that went out. Garnacho. Oh, what are we doing? I mean, that looked like it was out for a corner. That's miles out. I tell you, what is wrong with these referees? These referees and these lines, they're shit. They're so bad. The level of officiating in the Premier League, oh my God. That's like Frank Lampard over the line at the World Cup in 2010. It's that much over. Not that we'd score from the corner, obviously. Oh. This is just, it's just another, it's just, in the box, Bruno! Bruno again! Oh, who's there? Someone be in the 6-yard box. There's nobody there. Bruno does it. It lands in the 6-yard box. If someone's there, you just tap it in. Like Bruno, touch takes him a bit wide. Tries to dink it. Ball goes up in the air. That's got to be a foul. And again, it's one of these ones, yeah, where let's be honest here. If we get a goal, right, and we get a point out of this game, we should hang our heads in shame because we've been shit. This is bottom of the league, and look, I know there's no guarantees in football, and it's the Premier League, and you have to earn it, and we haven't earned enough for a win tonight. Certainly not yet. But this has been shocking, absolutely appalling. Ahmad. That's going to go out for a goal kick. That is... Honestly. Oh my God. James Clough says, we always look like we're playing with 10 men. It's because every player in the team gives 10% less than the opposition. Same problem for years. I mean, what I will say is, as much as again, Xerxes, not all that. He's offered more than Højlund offered the game, but that's like going. He offered 1% instead of none. Xerxes, out wide to Ahmad. Ahmad. Ricochet's back. Yes! Come on! Get the ball. Get the ball. Get the ball. Oh, for... I mean, we've been knocking at the door the last few minutes, to be fair. We've been knocking at the door. But good Lord. Right, go again. Go again. We've not been good in this game. Go get the ball. Go put it in the back of the net. Make it 2-1 and get out of this shit show. I mean, it gets a bit fortuitous here. Takes a shot, ricochets off him, but good finish in the end. Look, just bounces off him a couple of times. Puts it under Ramsdale. He'll be annoyed, actually. But who cares? Who gives a shit? 1-1. Right now, just put pressure on them. Like Ruben Amorim's... There's still time. Might not be deserved. Might not be deserved. But we'll take it. Right. Subs are on. Ericsson's on. I think Maguire's on. Lots of people in the chat saying Xerxes should start. Xerxes, I think, should start the weekend against Brighton. Link-up play's been far better, hasn't it? Like I said, it's not necessarily the answer, but it's better than nothing, isn't it? Right, and again, none of this passing it sideways. Move the ball forward. But let's also be honest, if we play a fraction of how we've played this evening against Brighton, Brighton will score goals. I mean, we have to also remember, as much as we say, oh, Southampton haven't been that bad, yeah? Southampton are bottom of the league, and they've played us off the park. Xerxes. Oh. Bruno Fernandes. Ahmad. Bruno's on the overlap. Give it to Bruno. Bruno. Good header by De Ligt. Gives it back to Bruno. Bruno Fernandes. Travelling. Sulemana. Still in the pitch. Good tackle by De Ligt. Look at that. That's a heck of a tackle. Go on, Ahmad. Ball in. Back post. Bruno Fernandes. Heads it. Someone going to put pressure on. We've still got it. Come on. Keep pressure. Keep pressure. Keep pressure. Leacher. Ball in towards the back post. Oh, nobody there. Here's Toby Collier. Ericsson gives it back to Maguire. Right, just keep that pressure up there. Don't go back. Don't let them come out. Martinez tries that ball forward. Keep pressing them. Don't let them get out. Thanos with a super chat says, quality commentary, mate. Great job. I appreciate that. Thank you for the contribution as well. Come on. And the thing is, it's 1-1. We've missed some sitters in this game. Sitters. We've missed 2 open goals. Anthony Garnacho. Collier. Go forward. Mainly hit myself in the head. Oh. A 30 likes away from 1,300 likes if you haven't already clicked the like button. Maguire. It's a good ball. Anthony can get onto that. Throw in. Anthony, don't you dare. Oh, Garnacho slipped. You can keep that in. You can keep it in. You can keep it in. Well done. Martinez. Eriksen wasn't a good pass from Martinez as well. Arsenal. That's short. Oh. That's got to be a foul. Referee, you took your time. But, I mean, again, this is part of the problem, isn't it? Is that we're now playing with a bit of intensity. I mean, again, it's nowhere near the intensity of when we played Arsenal or Liverpool. We're now playing with this intensity. 4 minutes left, or less than 4 minutes left. Where has this been for like 80 minutes? Again, this is bottom of the league. At points in the game, they've been all over us. That cannot be ignored. Ahmad. Into the box again. Ahmad. Keep going. Do something. Do something. Do something. Is that going to be our ball? Goal kick. I nearly, honestly, this club has got me. I nearly pushed the desk up. I don't even know if I've got the physicality to do it. Oh. I nearly, properly lost my head there. Fucking hell. I was literally going to go... Oh. Two and a half minutes left. Don't know how much stoppage time we've got. Oh. Go. Pass the ball forwards. What? Offside. Because let's also face it, yeah. No disrespect to Southampton, but if we do the whole narrative of, well, at least we got something coming out of this, then we're basically going, look, I didn't shit myself, I only pissed myself. It wasn't that bad. And you go, you're still fouling your trousers. No, you are still covered in your own filth. That's not good. That's not ideal. Martinez. Delict. Ahmad. Eriksen. Ball in. Ahmad! Yes! No piss and shit today! No foul in the trousers today! None of that! None of that! Come off the hour, come off the man! He's done it! Oh my God! We got away with it! We got away with it! I tell you what, it's an unbelievable pass by Christian Eriksen. It's an unbelievable pass by Christian Eriksen. Up yours, Judge. Up yours. KG, you can stay abroad. We can do solo match views. Piss off with your Judge. Oh, God, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Look at this pass. Look, Ahmad. It gives it. Look at this pass by Christian Eriksen. Oh, it's magic. Absolute magic. Look at that little dink over the top. Have a bit of that. Oh, sensational. Ahmad keeps his eye on the ball. He's getting pulled back by the defender as well. Puts it in the back of the net. Oh. Ruben Amorim with a turnaround. We've been shit, but at this point, there's no shit in the pants. Look at these cracks over here. They're being papered fully over right now. Oh. Thank fuck for that. Jeez. Now just get to the end of the match. Five minutes of stoppage time. Good tackle. I can't even talk. I can't even talk. Oh, don't. Good tackle, Kobe Collier. Oh. What a game to come back for. Not the terrible game. I can maybe. Oh, actually, let's just wait to get to the end of this game first. By the way, why is Martinez with the biggest player on the pitch? That's really concerning. Ball in. I think it was a deflection off his own player. It does. I'm not like, national anthem or pledging allegiance. I'm just literally catching my breath after that corner. Good Lord. Ahmad, honestly. And Eric didn't even want to play him. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh, he's got a hat-trick! He scored again! 3-1, he's got a hat-trick! Game over! Have that, you judge! No more judge! No more judge! It's over! Easy! Easy! I'm much better. I'm much better. I'm doing CPR myself. Ugh. It's fine. 3-1, hat-trick. Game over. Southampton, what have you done to yourself? What have you done to yourself? If there's anyone that's actually fouled themselves, it's you. Can't believe you lost to us. We're shit. Oh. Ahmad, look at this. I don't even know what happens to him. He's done that a bunch of times this season, hasn't he, Ahmad? Where were the people earlier on? Remember that? Earlier on this, they're going, well, like I said, if Rashford was on the pitch, if so-and-so was there. (3-1). Good God. Goals. I mean, the crazy thing is, if we'd have said before kickoff, if you'd have gone 3-1, you'd go, yeah, fine. No problem. 3-1 does not tell the story of this game at all. Like, at all. It is not a 3-1 game in the slightest. Oh, in the slightest. Hey, judge. A bit of that. Bit of that, you judge. Yeah, KG can enjoy himself out of the country. I can enjoy myself on the solo ones. That's what we can do. Oh. Get another one, Ahmad. Garnacho tipped over the bar. Oh, could be 4. Could be 4. Legitimately, for 82 minutes, Manchester United have played terrible. For 8 minutes, Man United have won the game. A hat-trick. A And that's it. We won. Full time. Is it full time? I think it is full time. Has anyone like a cigarette or something like that? I feel like I need to. I mean, I feel like I've been through it. Fuck now. Oh. Man United have won. Man United have won the game. It's by 3-1. I mean, for 82 minutes, Manchester United.
We broke the judge.
Mr. the comedian. Oh.
We broke. I was watching, yeah. When we went to go down, I was like, it's my wife's birthday. I'm sick of this. I was in the chat. I was there. Not in the chat. I just didn't want to type anything because I was getting blamed. And we was getting, you know, they said the KG and Owen judge is strong.
I thought KG. I thought like if there was ever a game where we would break it would be this. And then I thought we're not breaking it.
No, we're not breaking it, bro. I saw you going in. I said we've got a problem. I was like, we have got a serious. I said we are toxic. It's us.
It's us. It's our fault.
I was like, oh my god, it's us. We've done this. But yeah. Like, this is brilliant. I haven't seen anything. It's literally. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm trying to catch my breath.
Books is right in front of me, and she's like, what do you call it? Books is Owen.
Hi, baby.
Yeah.
Wish you Happy New Year.
There you go.
There you go. Look at that. Oh, happy New Year.
Anyway, listen, really happy. We broke the curse.
We broke the curse.
We broke the curse. That's all that matters. So I'm gonna get back to it.
Yeah.
Because I literally opened my phone just now, but I was like, we did it.
We did it.
Anyway,
we did it.
Pick up yourself.
All right.
Have a great one.
Yeah, speak to you in a bit.
Stay blessed.
God, honestly. Guys, we did it. We did it. We actually did it. The judge is over. The curse is over. Manchester United. I mean, words can't describe how bad they were in that game, to be honest with you. But we did it. We got there. 3 points. It was not perfect. It ain't perfect. It's not really giving me much, hope going into the Brighton game, to be honest with you, at the weekend. But it's something. It's a start, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's started something. Amad Diallo. Well, I say we did it. Amad Diallo did it. Yeah, that's really what it was. Amad Diallo picked up Manchester United on his small shoulders and found a way to not only win Manchester United the game, but also get a hat trick. Christian Eriksen, to give him his credit, it was a brilliant pass for the second goal, and that's something that he's capable of. We will miss that when he goes. Credit to Ruben Amorim in the sense of the subs he made absolutely worked. I mean, you can say that, can't you? The subs he made absolutely worked in terms of brought Xerxes. Xerxes has to start against Brighton. His hold-up play was far better than Højlund. I'm not sure necessarily maybe if the Anthony sub worked, but brought on Eriksen, gets an assist. Toby Collier came on. He did very well. He did very well against Arsenal. Came on, looked really solid. But I mean, honestly, I can't catch my breath. This team, honestly. A reminder: we could actually do this. I can give away a shirt. You can win a shirt. Manchester United have won a game, so you can also win a shirt, courtesy of Oxford Natural by Gowan Life. All you need to do, I've literally got it in my eye as well. All you need to do is put the hashtag MOTM and the man of the match. I mean, it's very obvious who it's going to be, isn't it? It's very obvious who the man of the match is going to be. It's going to be Amad Diallo. So put it in the next few seconds and we can find someone from the random draw who can win a shirt, courtesy of Oxford Natural by Gowan Life. You can get optimized, like Flex, like KG, like me. Yes, I discovered recently I've got a jawbone and I've got collarbones too. Could you believe it? All courtesy of Oxford Natural by Gowan Life. Get optimized. You can have Optimum Day and Night Start yourself on the health journey. I know it's just into January, but there is still time. I started mine halfway through last year. It's never a better time than the present to make a change, a positive one, a healthy one, and have a positive 2025. That's what you need to do, indeed. So you can subscribe. You can get up to 70% off. Links in the video description. I believe the code is UV if you go there. Let's see, indeed, who has won the shirt, courtesy of Oxford Natural, by Gowan Life. And the person is Cammy. Cammy is the person who has won the shirt, courtesy of Oxford Natural by Gowan Life. Congratulations to Cammy for winning that. All you need to do is contact United View. You can do that by contacting United View TV at gmail.com or DM us on Instagram if you DM us your details. We passed it on to Oxford Natural by Gowan Life, and they'll send you a shirt. I don't know which one specifically it will be. It might be a home shirt, might be an away shirt, might be a third kit. But indeed, congratulations to you, and congratulations to all of us, because we actually won a game. Can you believe it? And actually, yeah, to be honest, with Man United haven't been winning many games recently. So with the judge too, yeah, this guy wins games in the Premier League. This guy does. KG can now leave the country, without a sense of guilt or burden. It's a weird one. Look, it's a weird one in the sense that, as much as that storyline, the storyline of the game is it doesn't tell the full story, does it? That's what I was trying to say. That score does not tell the full story, because let's be honest, we were shit. We were awful. There's no way of dressing it up. For 82 minutes, we were awful. That's when Ahmad scored the equalizer. For 80 minutes, we were terrible. And once again, you wonder why. You can see why Ruben Amorim, after the games against Liverpool, against Arsenal, he's not necessarily celebrating, because he's frustrated. Because, again, he knows these players. We've seen these players. They just stunk up the joint on a Thursday evening for the whole world to see for 82 minutes. And ultimately, because of obviously where we are in the league, and in terms of because of the opposition, we had to win. So after sort of 20 minutes, and you're playing terrible, eventually the performance kind of went out the window in the end, didn't it? It was just like, we have to get the result. The positives you can take from this game certainly is the fact that, look, we won the game. That's the first thing. We won the game. That's a positive. Secondly, I think a positive you can take is that we didn't play well today and we still came back. Sometimes you do need to build that momentum somehow, some way. Sometimes if you can just plant that seed into the head of the team of, you can go 1-0 down, you can come back. You can come back. Granted, it's bottom of the league, but you can come back. You can win a game in, how long did it take us to score those goals? It was like 12 minutes. We scored 3 goals, 12 minutes, win the game. Right? You can do that. This team can do that. I think, once again, you're still having... Ruben Amorim will still have selection headaches. I think I'd be stunned if Højlund starts at the weekend. I think Xerxes then has to start. I think Toby Collier did really, really well. I think, look, there was surprise to see Ugarte come off, Kobbie Mainoo came off at half-time. And to be fair... you look at people like Collier came on, Bruno dropped a bit deeper. It did make a difference. It did make a massive, massive difference. So, again, I think it's a double-edged sword. I think it's a double-edged sword in the sense of, ultimately, the most important thing is because we need results at the moment. So we've got them. Fine. We got the result. That's exactly what we need. And there is a bit of momentum over the last 3 games, isn't there? The concern will be that we are still very, very fragile. We are still incredibly inconsistent. The lack of intensity for sort of 82 minutes is really alarming. Because once again, against a better team, that probably won't happen. You play Brighton at the weekend. You do that. So once more, or go and I think it should be the same. going to that Brighton game, probably still with some pessimism of going, you players do not fool me. You can't fool me with what you've, trotted out this evening. Yes, we won the game, but you will not pull the rug over my eyes with what you've put out there on that pitch. But look, we won, and you're playing bottom of the league. 82 minutes in, when we're 1-0 down, I'm thinking, we're never going to live this down. We're never going to live this down. This team, you can see why they've only got 6 points in the Premier League, can't you? You can see, because they can collapse very quickly. But it was a tough game for a lot of players this evening. Lenny Oro really struggled against Sulemana. Ugarte probably struggled. Cobby, poor game for him. Højlund, obviously, bad game for him. What you would say is Amorim largely got the subs correct. Collier made a difference. Ericsson obviously gets the assist. Xerxes was good when he came on. Maguire didn't have much to do. Anthony, fucking hell. He missed one of the misses of the season, really. But there's a 3-1 does not cover that game, or just not cover that game at all. In the slightest, does it? My word, it does not cover in the slightest. Where are the super chats here? Oh, we've got loads. K-Flow says, that pass was mint. Great finish. Biggie Third says, Owen, I ungive up. I'm still not happy. I don't blame you. Biggie Third says, Eric Ten Hag. Brian says, give Ahmad the armband. Wow, look. Do you know what the mad thing is that for a big portion of this game, I thought Ahmad was, again, it wasn't as if he played great throughout the entirety of the game either, is it? But what it is with him is that big moments he'll show up. And sometimes you look at like Garnacho, or you look at Højlund, or other players, in this game, Anthony, in those kind of clutch moments, when you're through on goal, 1-on-1, Ahmad puts the ball in the back of the net. Garnacho doesn't. Højlund doesn't. To be fair, Bruno most of the time does. But in those those big moments in the game, that the game turns on its head, or those big chances, big pressure moments, Ahmad delivers at the Etihad or wherever it may be. He delivers in those big moments. We don't have enough players like that in our team that when they're through on goal, you're going to tell you what, they're going to score. Ahmad's going to score. If those chances fell to anyone, maybe bar Bruno, I don't know if they go in. Apart from obviously the one where it's an open goal. But you know what I mean? Because you go, because we're wasteful. We're wasteful. But Ahmad's not wasteful. And again, it wasn't even necessarily his best game. Where else went with the super chats? Postmanton says, Ineos did say they were cutting charity funding. Eminem said, Ahmad is definitely taking the number 10 from Rashford. Matt says, we didn't win. Southampton just out-bozoed us. Joe Fleming says, why was Ahmad's new contract not covered on UV? I can't remember what day it was. There's been a lot of games recently, so that might have been why. And I think we did talk about it during a morning show. Brian says, man of the match, Ahmad. Unfortunately, Brian didn't win. Someone else did. John P says Xerxes is man of the match. Tell you what, Xerxes he was very unfortunate not to start after the appearance he made against Arsenal at the Emirates. Was obviously much better, one of his best games in the United shirt. Came on tonight, and again, whilst not perfect, it held up the ball far better than Højlund did, and his link-up play is far, far better. Like I said, I'm not going to get too carried away because you could start against Brighton and then his link-up play might not be as good, and then we'll be like, let's get Højlund on. I still do think it's much of a muchness, but I think Xerxes should start at the weekend. Banoffee Barnacle says, as one positive to take away, does it look like this team has stopped downing tools? To be honest, I don't think they ever did. I just think they're just not very good, to be honest. It's just a quality issue of a lot of them are just incredibly overhyped and just not good. Like, just not good at all. And overpaid and just, not good. I don't know if they necessarily down tools. I think positives that we have got is we have got a couple of players in that team that can bail us out. Ahmad, again, Bruno can do that. It's kind of a bit about it this season. But I don't know if they necessarily down tools. Just shit. And Johnny says Anthony needs to go get a desk job. Again, one of the misses of the season, certainly, wasn't it, by Anthony? It's just I mean, and Manchester United with that victory in the Premier League, where do we go up to? And again, as they say, table never lies. We're up to 12th. I mean, once again, we're mid-table fodder. We are not out of the woods by any stretch. We've got Brighton on the weekend, and that's again a much better test of where we are, because I know Brighton haven't been as good in recent weeks, but they're obviously much, much better than Southampton, and they won't be as forgiving. I mean, they're unbeaten in their last 5 games, 4 draws and a win. So we got away with one. We have got away with one this evening because we weren't good. But at the end, quality players stand up and take advantage, and that's what we've done. And it got to the point where, as I said earlier on, it just became the performance went out the window. I think about 20 minutes in, when it was like, just get a result, because even when Ahmad scores the equalizer, I looked at the chat as it's all flying up, and I think everyone was thinking the same thing. Even when it went to 1-1, everyone was going, this still isn't good enough. I saw a lot of people saying, still, it's 3 points or nothing, because you cannot be drawing against bottom of the league, only 6 points this season, Southampton. You just can't. You cannot do that. But I think positive to take out the game is there is a level of resilience there. Obviously, we do have players that can change the game quickly. That's what we'll need. That's also why I'm not really participating in the whole, City drop points, Chelsea drop points, this team drop points. We're still way, way, way behind any of that. Tonight's I think the perfect example of we cannot focus on other teams and what they're doing or what they're not doing. Yeah, we have to firmly focus on ourselves. Because we can barely take care of ourselves. Barely taking care of ourselves this evening. So forget what everyone else is doing. Focus on ourselves. And this weekend against Brighton, I'm not getting carried away. That's going to be really, really, really tough. And we have to play far better than we did this evening. And for that level of intensity that we saw once we equalised, because after we equalised, you notice that crowd was up a little bit, passing the ball a bit more forward, pressing people, getting a bit more stuck. It's just the level of intensity just went up. I'm not saying you can do that for 90 minutes, because sometimes it's not possible to do for 90 minutes. But what we have seen against Liverpool, against Arsenal, is that can be done for the majority of the game. It cannot come in the last 8 minutes. You have to have that level of commitment, that level of intensity. You can't just, again, sideways, backwards, backwards. Let's give it to Onana, he can go long. Can't do that. Cannot do that. Against other teams, you just won't get away with it. Get away with it against Southampton. We got away with it today. We're happy. Ahmad hat-trick, here's him. Cool. That is what he is. But then there are a lot of teams we're going to play, and we have played this season. That's why, when we played, we didn't play much different, really, to when we played Newcastle. We played a bit like that in this game, didn't we? And there was a reason we were, 2-0 down very, very quickly, because we were just playing like that. You played Newcastle against Knight, would have been 2-0 down very quickly. It would have been the same. It's just the level of opposition is worse. So, but that's also, again, that's where we're at. That is where we are at. I will take the win, and we'll go from there. Indeed. Final super chat is from Biggie Third. Says, forget the number 9. Xerxes can be our Firmino. We shall see. How many likes did we end up at? We ended up with close to 1,600 likes. If you haven't already, click the like button. We're like 12 away from 1,600 likes. So, yes, if you haven't already, click the like button. Be sure to subscribe on the way out. 50 subscribers to go until 187,500. Reminder, full-time view is not on this evening. It'll be back at the weekend. I'm still recovering. I'm still recovering from my illness. I wasn't 100% going into this stream, let alone after that match. Bloody hell, I need to have a lay down. But you'll be getting fan views from Flex outside the ground, and of course player ratings, etc., from the usual guys outside Old Trafford. We'll be back live as well tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Back to the normal schedule. Back to Fleck and myself at 9 a.m. Probably not talking about transfers. I mean, there is a bit of stuff, isn't there, about Garnacho this evening. We'll see. And we'll probably be talking about the game and, going from there indeed. So big up, appreciate everyone. If you haven't already, click the like button, subscribe on the way out. 3 points. The judge is over, folks. The judge is over, and we're gonna build that into a run at the weekend. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm out of here. Peace.